Honor of Kings is a MOBA game based on tower defense. On the ever-changing battlefield, players must have basic awareness and strategy to gain an advantage so that they can destroy the enemy's crystal and win the match. Here are some key points to consider. 1. Winning condition. The goal of the game is to destroy the enemy's towers and the crystal. Therefore, it's critical to strategize around the towers. Destroying towers brings gold and EXP, and drives the enemy back to make the jungle easier to invade. After destroying the inner towers, the minions become super minions that cannot be stopped by normal minions, giving the players an even bigger advantage. 2. Minion waves. They're in charge of pushing and defending and are a key element to the match. Minions are important when attacking towers, and enemy minions are the main source for gold and EXP. Players must keep an eye on clearing the incoming minion waves to ensure efficiency and make sure the defending minions are not overwhelmed. 3. Gold. The amount of gold earned has a direct impact on equipment purchases and the tide of the battle. Gold can be earned from clearing minion waves, killing heroes, assists, clearing the jungle, and destroying towers. After accumulating gold, players can aggressively attack the enemy jungle to take neutral creatures, destroy towers, and initiate team fights to expand their advantage and eventually win. 4. Teamwork. Good teamwork is a key factor to victory. Players must create advantageous situations and support teammates to increase survivability. During team fights, every class must maximize their effectiveness by performing their assigned duties. 5. Pacing. Good players know how to control the pace of a match, consciously strategizing during every part of the game. The first 4 minutes of leveling up, the team fights between minutes 10 and 20, and the last part after the 20-minute mark. And seizing opportunities are the key to taking the initiative. You now know everything about awareness and pacing. See you next time. Honor of Kings is a MOBA game based on tower defense. On the ever-changing battlefield, players must have basic awareness and strategy to gain an advantage so that they can destroy the enemy's crystal and win the match. Here are some key points to consider. 1. Winning condition. The goal of the game is to Therefore, it's critical to strategize around the towers. Destroying towers brings gold and EXP, and drives the enemy back to make the jungle easier to invade. After destroying the inner towers, the minions become super minions that cannot be stopped by normal minions, giving the players an even bigger advantage. 2. Minion waves. They're in charge of pushing and defending and are a key element to the match. Minions are important when attacking towers, and enemy minions are the main source for gold and EXP. Players must keep an eye on clearing the incoming minion waves to ensure efficiency and make sure the defending minions are not overwhelmed. 3. Gold. The amount of gold earned has a direct impact on equipment purchases and the tide of the battle. Gold can be earned from clearing minion waves, killing heroes, assists, clearing the jungle, and destroying towers. After accumulating gold, players can aggressively attack the enemy jungle to take neutral creatures, destroy towers, and initiate team fights to expand their advantage and eventually win. 4. Teamwork. Good teamwork is a key factor to victory. Players must create advantageous situations and support teammates to increase survivability. During team fights, every class must maximize their effectiveness by performing their assigned duties. 5. Pacing. Good players know how to control the pace of a match, consciously strategizing during every part of the game. The first 4 minutes of leveling up, the team fights between minutes 10 and 20, and the last part after the 20-minute mark. And seizing opportunities are the key to taking the initiative. You now know everything about awareness and pacing. See you next time.
Good day, everyone! We are back for the Kings of Underground Asia Season 1 Group Stage, Group B. I'm Kaysaya. With me is Mischievous. How are you doing, Mischievous?
I'm very doing great, Kaisaya, because actually it's been hot here in the Philippines. Oh yeah, we're both from the Philippines and we're experiencing the heat. But of course, the Honor of Kings tournament that we'll be having today is much more hotter because we have very special teams.
Yes, that is so true. And just so you know, there's actually a change in one of the teams from Group B. So unfortunately, Cosmic University from the Philippines will have to back away from the tournament due to some emergency.
Oh, no.
But don't you worry, because we have a representative from the Philippines replacing them, and that is the X-Final team, Team X. And apart from Team X, we have Impunity from Myanmar, Mahadewa from Indonesia, and PeanutButter from Thailand. So, Mischievous, what do we have in here in terms of the format of the tournament?
Well, in terms of the format, of course, we have 4 seeds that is grouped to the group stage. So basically, the top 2 teams that perform for each group will be proceeding to our playoffs. So in terms of the pointing system that we'll be having, we will be having on a 1-for-1 basis. So meaning, if you got a 2-0 sweep, the winning team will be having 2 points, while the enemy team that got defeated would be having 0 points. But if you have a 2-1 score, the winning team that has 2 points will be receiving 2 points, and of course the losing team that has the 1 point will be receiving 1 point as well. So it's that simple for them to reach to the playoffs.
And now we are heading quickly onto the drafting phase. I'm actually quite surprised because we already have the bans and the picks as well. So not much room for us to talk about this one, Mischievous. But as you can see in here, onto the blue side, you can see Team X. And on the right side, that is Mahadewa. So a very interesting bans in here, the Heino, and a lot of support bans coming from the side of Mahadewa as well. On the right side, you can see the Zhangfei, Zhuangzi, Arya, Dolia, I mean everything. And Dolia is actually one of the top heroes that have been either banned or picked from yesterday from Group A.
Yes, definitely. And of course, to our live stream viewers who watched us from yesterday, it's actually a fact check that Dolia has a 100% pick rate and 100% ban rate for this tournament. As of the moment, the same goes with Lam with 87% of the ban rate. So that gives a statement that these 2 heroes cannot be an unforbearable force for them when they enter the Land of Gorge.
You don't want them to be doing that combination or duo in one team together, or else it's going to be an unlimited skill coming from the Lamb. But of course, these are professional teams, and they definitely know what they are doing. And just so you know, from yesterday, if we're going to give a recap in here, we already have teams MSG from Malaysia and Kagendra moving forward to the playoff stage. But let's move on and on to Group B. Again, this is Mahadewa from Indonesia and Team X from the Philippines. Let's get it on.
Yes, let's get it on as we enter game number 1. So I'm very much excited on how we are going to see coming from the performance of Team X, because yesterday, coming from Team Philippines, they didn't really much scale off coming from the Digital Devils. So now this is another Filipino team that is competing in our tournament. So I'm really much rooting forward, Pinoy pride here, ladies and gentlemen, on how they'll be able to uplift their power.
Yes, that is so true. I mean, there's at least one more team that is a light of hope for the Philippines. But as you can see in here, early game time, not much action, but actually coming from the side of Team X, Gan and Mo, as well as impressive, actually rotating towards the jungle camp of Mahadewa. Even though there's the jungle sprite protection, doesn't matter. For as long as they are able to get some of the camps, at least that will stop or slow down the farming of Ashtori.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more there, Kaysaya. But here in the bottom side of the map, we're going to see a 2v1 situation. Any being low here, but now is being followed up by his team, by Fidel. So right now we are seeing a great capability of a gank potential coming from the bottom lane. Seeing as well from the talent coming from the team yesterday, they are really much targeting here our heroes coming from the farm lane.
That is so true. But again, I just noticed it is actually IEP on the Gooey Goozy. Yesterday, we saw a lot of really good Gooey Goozy plays coming from Team Kagendra ID. I wonder if it's going to be the same as Mahadewa ID, representative again from Indonesia. That's going to be going for some great plays. But meanwhile, we're seeing something. Okay, I think there was an attempt on Offcom from the top side. Charlotte, looking for trying to go away from a potential gang coming from the butterfly, but we're not seeing that right now. Meantime, it's a pretty chill. I mean, lots of attempts from both teams right now to go for gangs, but everyone's just being cautious from their position in the map.
Speaking of being cautious, of course, these players are considered as professional teams, so they have that discipline, fortitude, wherein they know the shot call whenever they're going to proceed with a team fight, because it's still early for the 4-minute mark that we are having, because the 4-minute mark, commonly, those are the times that we see some team fight engagement, and of course, the clashes coming from the bottom side, or may it be even in the top side. By sticking right now, we're having here a 1v1 situation against Maggie and the members coming from the side of Mahadewa. Let's see. Okay, I thought they were going to push through it, but then again, that's some poking damage coming from the top side lane.
Yes, this is gonna be like a mano kind of gameplay on the top side with Migi and Mamon on that lane, but hold on, because that is the first blood going onto the hands of the D-Renji. D-Renji actually one of the top picks from yesterday as well, and him getting a kill right off the bat early game time. That is good news for Team X.
Yes, definitely there, and of course, seeing from there, we can definitely say that Team X is really much considering their positioning and placement around the map. But here, we're going back into the ball game. This will be a possible team fight in the bottom side of the map. Seeing that members coming from Team X are being much aggressive, entering the jungle zone of Team Mahadewa. And right now, this will be a 2v1 situation. But the damage output coming from Mahadewa is really much coming high. And of course, this will be a counter initiative coming from one of the members from Mahadewa. Will that be a final blow? No, they will still back away. But another one kill for Team Mahadewa.
That is so true. Fevered Barrage will just connect. Really great setups coming from Ayep. There were some attempts coming from Dragon on the Ganon Mo as well. He was about to go for those kills, but there we see another casualty. Actually, I think that was like Migi actually gonna go back onto the lane, but mid lane. Butterfly will fall down onto the hands of the Prince of Land lane.
Oh my god, it's not looking good for the side of Team X, but with the outcam kill, we can see here Charlotte was able to secure an inhibitor turret coming from the top side. So going back here, it's really much crucial to secure those objectives early on in the game, because you can see here the power spike potential coming from the side of Team X. But right now, we are seeing very aggressive plays coming from the side of Team X. This will be a 3v1 situation coming from the mid side. Okay, they're trying to pull away, coming from the other members coming from the side of Team X. Will this be a secured kill coming from the side of them? But Team Mahadewa with the discipline plays. Impressive with that stun blows. And of course, that will be pushing back the team members coming from the side of Team Mahadewa.
And we gotta be careful. Hang on though, because there's a skirmish happening. Unfortunately, Agi Ziggs will fall down. And now that Charlotte already has taken down the top turret, first tower turret on the top side, he will be able to freely roam around the map and join the team fight. Meanwhile, there's already the counter objective coming from Team X, just balancing out the turret takes or tower takes up against Mahadewa. But
we're seeing here a possible team fight engagement coming from the side of Team Mahadewa in trying to invade the jungle from the side of Team X. But I think they're trying to push them away to secure their land here. But then again, they're having the different states to very much not engage, because they have the Overlord buff here. So that means they can really much push wherever lanes that they may choose. But they need to be careful. Once they lose this opportunity, Team X may have the upper advantage to turn things around.
And as you can see in here, even though we're already at the mid-game stage, there's already the tower pushes, still pretty balanced. Even though this is just a 1k gold lead in favor of Mahadewa, you know, we cannot say still that, okay, one is already at the upper advantage because it's pretty equal at the moment. And just a little bit of background between these two teams, they have played an international version of the game before, and it's pretty nice to see actually very familiar names between these two teams, Mammon and as well as Migi as well as impressive. But mid lane,
being here in the mid lane, that will be a one-man down from the side of Team Mahadewa, and as possible another engagement with the stun blows coming from the side of Team X. But then again, they will be trying to back away and of course progress and secure that objective coming from the side of the middle lane. Will they try to defend and of course prioritize the deletion or killing here the minion waves that we have right now? But no minion waves coming from the side of Team Mahadewa, and that will be an uncontested turret from Team X.
This is a lovely multitasking coming from the side of Team X. Top side, top tower, as well as the mid tower. That is going to create them a lot of space.
And there we go. Oh my god. We can see here another team fight engagement coming from the side of Team X and was able to secure a pickup against Ayep. But then again, coming from the bottom lane, we can see here that the inhibitor turret has already been destroyed in favor for the side of Team Mahadewa. But we're seeing a possible another pickup trying to be secured here by Team X. 2 has been done, but they're very far away. So disciplined play is coming from the side of Team X.
Impressive really does know how to create the space that is very much needed for D-Randy to actually get the tower pushes that he needs. And I think Team X, they have been playing a lot of Honor of Kings tournaments, to be honest, from here and there. They have been visiting different country events, so they have a lot of experience. So I think this is well experienced for them to be participating in Kings of Honor Ground Asia as well.
Yes, definitely. And of course, experience doesn't really much always say that if you're really good at the game, then you have the talent to really much win possible game matches. But here, coming from the side of Team X, we are able to secure that Overlord. So let's see on how Team X will be able to capitalize on that.
Lovely push on the bottom part of the map right now. Marco Polo doing a great job on doing that cross-map play as well up top, but that is very dangerous. He's all alone. But meantime, down turret, let's see the action.
Oh yes, see the action here. Coming from the side of Team X. 2 members being stunned from the side of Team Mahadewa. But here we see a killing spree coming from the side of Team Mahadewa as they take down Dragon. But that will be another one. Another team member down coming from the side of Team X. And that will be a triple kill. Will this be a rampage? Oh my god. The member here of Exorcy is really much killing it for their team.
Although Marco Polo dying on that one, still a well-paid gameplay from that particular skirmish because they took down 4 members on the side of Team X, and now Butterfly can do anything alone but to, just get the farm that he needs and maybe they catch up. Anyway, the gold lead is not that far. It's just a few gold, hundreds of gold, but let's take a look back on a quick replay that we have a while ago. So there goes a double kill, and here, no survival for the Ata.
Actually, if we're going to see it in terms of positioning coming from the side of Team X, they're really much putting it in aggressive yet late-saving type of approach. But right now, before we say anything else, Team X is trying prioritizing the Overlord while the Team Mahadewa is prioritizing our Tyrant. So I think these are separate objectives that is being trying to be secured by 2 of our teams. But then again, will the Overlord, the Vanguard, will be able to power that? Or, but you see here, Team X trying the contestation coming from the Tyrant and was able to secure 2 things from their side of team. But Team Mahadewa, there we go, coming from the Shadow Overlord, marching down to the top side. Team X trying to progress forward here, coming from the mid line. But then again, they need to be careful with the Overlord Vanguard here, still marching in down, but here one man down from the side of Team Mahadewa as they try to get just one more, and
the chase,
a double kill coming from the side of Ajax, and that chase was very remarkable. But then again, they need to still be careful as some of the team members are trying to have a split push.
Worth a chase coming from the butterfly. Even though there is a shadow vanguard walking towards the top side part of the map, they want to push onto the middle lane. But they gotta be careful because the rest of the members of Mahadewa are already going back into the game. They need to cool it down, but still pretty balanced. 8-8 and 35k. What a game is this?
Well, it's considered well. Seen from the performance of our teams yesterday, we always saw that the time of 10 minutes is always the power spike coming from either both sides of the team. And right now, I can definitely say that Team X is really much getting that power spike and of course capitalizing that the lead that they had coming from their encounterment from the enemy invading the enemy jungle. So there is this opportunity for them to capitalize and of course secure the middle inhibitor turret. But then again, as I said a while ago, they have this aggressive playstyle, but they are really much playing it safe. But right now, we are seeing here a 1v1 situation coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Dragon will be securing that kill for their side of the team.
One member down on the side of Mahadewa. No IF that will create the plays that very much will be needed by Mahadewa. But there's the push. At least the pressure coming from Prince of Landling onto the top side. Meanwhile, Marco Polo needs to go back away onto the base to just, do that defense that's very much needed. But this is going to be tricky. I mean, it hurts a lot. All this damage coming from Dragon as well as Impressive already. Even though Impressive as a Mozzie is a support, still going to be annoying in terms of space creation, the stuns connecting and all that. But yeah, he's just going to be... Yeah, he's just gonna be distracting the rest of the members of Team X. But, it doesn't make sense for Team X anyway to just, stand onto the middle lane, just roam around. It will just give Mahadewa the time to actually go for that waiting game that they very much need. And Team X might be punished if they do so. But meanwhile, there's a chase on the bottom lane part of the map.
Speaking of the chase, we are seeing here 3 members chasing down the 1 member coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. But with the off-cam again, we can see here Team X was able to secure a kill. But Mammon, will this be a 3v5 situation? But the other members coming from the side of Team Mahadewa follow up damage. And of course, using all of their resources to push them back into the base. And right now, we can see here the split push that is being done by Ajax. So with that being split push, all of their efforts was wasted as the bottom side of the side of Mahadewa will be going down. But then again, with that immortality walking in coming from the side of Team X, but it will not be enough for his survivability as they will be getting that kill.
Impressive is actually super annoying in here as a Mozzie. Every stance will connect and just creating that space. They're not even done. They're gonna go for the push. Ooey Goozy is gonna fall down once more. There's so much death on this Goozy. 056 on his KDA right now, and this is not what you want. Yes, you're support, but it doesn't mean you have to die all over again. Because as a Gooey Goozy, you very much needed to create that setup in order for the Charlotte, the Princess Frost, and the rest of the members of Team Mahadewa to make the play that they need. But that didn't happen.
Definitely, and of course, considering that the position that they have, we are here seeing that Team X will be losing one of the members, but Team Mahadewa trying to force them back away coming from their high grounds. But then again, all of the team members coming from the side of Team Mahadewa are now low in HP. One more strike and most of them can be taken down. But then again, with that push, Team X has the opportunity to take the Tyrant.
That is so true, and this is just not any normal Tyrant. This is the Shadow Tyrant that is going to give them even more great buffs. There's a Primal Bond debuff right now. Let's see if they will actually take the opportunity. It's going to be dangerous. Actuality is actually alive in here. Gonna go for that mission. He knows where they are, and I think it's not a good time to actually go for Shadow Overlord.
Definitely not a good time, but here we can see some of the members coming from the side of Team X trying to push away some of the members here coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. But here we go, the engagement has already been initiated. Most of the utilities are now being used, but right now members coming from Team Mahadewa, especially here coming from the side of AF, is very low. But that will be forcing them to back away. And speaking of backing away, they are trying to get this Overlord.
Yeah, and there is a debuff available, gonna be dangerous. It could just be, it's probably just a bait because as you can see, Prince of Landling is actually roaming around the map right now, just distracting Team X. That is a good strategy to actually cut off lanes and just scare the rest of the members of Team X. But there is a lead right now on the side of Team X, but they want to somehow play it safe.
Definitely, and of course, considering the large chunk of the minion waves that is coming from the side of Team X on the upper and lower part of the map, Team Mahadewa really needs to be careful here and not being wiped out. But here we can see Adix, one member down from the side of Team Mahadewa. Will this be a great opportunity for them to engage to the high ground or deep dive coming from the members of Team Mahadewa? But with a flash in, and we go. We can see here 2 members down coming from the side of Team Mahadewa.
That is not looking good, and this is, I mean, all of the high ground towers
no.
of Mahadewa are down. Super Opinions.
Tower lock.
Look at this click, super impressive.
And yes, very impressive. Better will just be a boy winning scenario coming from the side of Team X, and yes, surprisingly, tower lock being secured here by Team X as they win our game number 1.
Definitely, representatives coming from the Philippines are looking for that revenge for Team Digital Devils from yesterday. What a really nice play. I mean, we saw like from early game time up until the mid game time, we saw like a pretty balance, you know, in terms of kills, in terms of ult, in terms of tower pushes. But the things changed when, you know, when the tower pushes, I mean, the multitasking coming from the side of Team X happened on the top side and the bottom part of the map. And I think the priority of them and going for turrets really paid off.
Definitely there. And of course, acknowledging the discipline plays here coming from the side of Team X, that despite they see an opportunity to engage into a team fight, they rather not push it in the sense that they are being aggressive. But right now, coming from the scenario that we've seen earlier, that they are having a mind game manipulation coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. And in terms of the itemization, we can believe that Team X has already fulfilled their core 3 items coming from their side of Team, having a difficult time from the team of Team Mahadewa, wherein we got a little bit of a damage potential coming from the side of Memon, but then again, with those upscaling skills coming from the side of Team X, unfortunately, they were not able to scale up for their late potential.
I would actually call on this. I actually on this game, he wasn't able to create those setup that is very much needed as a gooey goosey. Meanwhile, impressive. He is actually the MVP from this game. 1-1-14. Really annoying stuns coming from him, and it's short cooldown we're talking about. There was no chance for IEP to create the setups that he very much needed. Fatal XZ is already or also had a hard time. Even Enix on the Marco Polo had a hard time as well. So, I mean, that's actually one of the weaknesses of Marco Polo. You know, the CCs or else the fevered barrage won't be successful, especially if your if your spell isn't available for you to cleanse all the CC.
Definitely, and I couldn't agree with you more, Miss Kaisaya. And of course, congratulations once again to Team X as they won game number 1. But let's again take in mind, this is a best of 3 series. Considering coming from their ban phase earlier, Dahlia and Lamb has been banned. So they have an opportunity to select those heroes in order to secure that win on game number 2. But let's know, maybe it will be like a caster curse, as we say, if you won't be able to select those priority heroes coming from their side of the team. Again, giving an insight as well to our live stream viewers, we have a global banning system here in our tournament. So meaning that when a hero or a team chooses to play a certain hero, they won't be able to choose that hero onto the next round.
Yes, anymore. And it is valid for the whole series. But looking at these players, usually on a best of 3, it's still doable. I mean, these are pro teams, these are pro players, and of course they won't be having just 1 or 2 hero that they have actually mastered. But if you come into a point in a best of 5 setup, which is gonna happen on the finals match right after the playoffs, then that's gonna be the tricky part. It's not just about having a lot of heroes in your your account,
Mhm.
but also knowing how masterful you are in particular heroes. So that is what we are about to find out on this Kings of Underground Asia Season 1, who's actually the team that's got it all.
Definitely there. And of course, these teams are truly top tier because, again, they have already competed numerous times in international tournaments. And of course, later on, we'll be spectating and, of course, having a glimpse on how Impunity really does it into the game. But then again, we would like to also thank our the organizers coming from the side of our Kings of Underground for this very wonderful opportunity to have this community-wide tournament. So thank you very much for you guys, to your continued support, and of course, everyone who was watching right here, right now. We highly would appreciate that if you share this live stream, and of course, comment down below if you're having fun.
Yes, for sure. Everyone is just so having fun. So just a little bit of information about Mahadewa. Actually, they were former champions of a different game, and Migi from this game, as well as Impressive, actually came from the particular game that Mahadewa became a champion last year. So a lot of familiar names. If you know that, I'm pretty sure the community members in the live chat would probably mention what that game is, but they do know these are common names that we are seeing. And again, each point matters. Mischievous, right?
Yes, definitely.
Would you like to explain again what is the format of this tournament for those people who just came onto the stream?
Yes, definitely, and it would be a pleasure, Madam Kaisaya. So basically, the tournament format is we have here on the group stage, we'll be having 4 teams that will be battling out for the top 2 slots coming from their group, and of course, that top 2 teams will be proceeding to the playoff. But then again, in terms of the pointing system, we have here for a 1-for-1 points. So meaning if the team has a 2-0 sweep, they would be automatically having 2 points. Or if the setup is a 2-and-1 setting, the winning team will be having 2 points, and of course the losing team will be having 1 point. So each point does really much matter here in this elimination round.
That is so true. And not only that, if you are actually the top one from your group, you go to the upper bracket of the playoffs. But if you're second, you're going to go to the lower bracket. Still a chance in this one. But again, each point matters because you got to get all the points that you can from this event. Everything will be played on a global ban peak mode. It's going to be best of 3 as well during the playoffs. But it is going to be a best of 5 during the grand final. So exciting. And just so you know, other teams that we have currently on Group B, it's not just Team X as well as Mahadewa that you saw a while ago. There's going to be Impunity from Myanmar, as well as PeanutButter from Thailand that you will see later on. So Impunity, actually one of the teams that each of the viewers right now have been waiting for. They took away a lot of championship titles from a lot of Honor of Kings events, and we're talking about Honor of Kings, and that is the game that we're casting right now. So a lot of people wanting to see how they actually will go up against other Asian teams. And PeanutButter, headed by coach analyst Charin Fair, Talent Esports analyst players are actually from the KIC event. So this is gonna be interesting as well to see. So I mean, other than the heroes that you saw a while ago, Mischievous, do you have any? I don't know what's your main in ranked games, but do you have any? I mean, yesterday Sedge wanted to see a Fuzi, and it so happened. So the players heard him. Maybe this time they would want to request any heroes that you want to see the players pick.
Actually, one of my favorite heroes, and of course my top MVP hero is Hao Yi. So if I'm going to see Hao Yi being played here, because his triple damage action can really much hurt in terms of team fight, and of course that crowd control capability coming from his ultimate can really much help towards scaling in terms of maybe securing those pickoffs or maybe setting up those team fights engagements.
Wow, the Hui. But let's see as we move on to the drafting phase, because
there we go.
We want to see if there's going to be a Hui pick for Mischievous in here. So here we go. There's a swap on both of the sides. We now see again Team Mahadewa from Indonesia on the blue side and Team Philippines on the right side. So far, Lam, Dolia, Shangwan, Dakyao actually were the top bans and pick from yesterday. Not so sure. I mean, I would love to see another Shangwan play in here, to be honest. And Dakyao is actually working on her utilities really well.
Definitely, and of course, I would definitely love to see another Lamb play coming from either both sides of the team, because again, his flexibility when it comes to rotation and of course securing those back end kills can really much be a dangerous situation coming from the competing team or whoever's going to fight against Lamb. But again, with that being said, they need to really much take care of Lamb earlier parts of the game, because again, if Lamb didn't scale off coming from the before the 4-minute mark, it's going to be difficult to get that damage outburst coming from his skills.
Lovely ban in here. The Heino, of course, we know gonna be annoying in terms of damage, or maybe even the sustain. Gooey Goozy, which they have used a while ago, although it wasn't successful, they don't want to give that away. You saw how impressive play as support a while ago. He was a former jungle. He is actually a main jungle in ranked games. But if you have a support who actually knows how to rotate as a jungle, you really know on how to support your jungle. So I think this is a really effective one, and you don't want to give away that Gooey Goozy onto the hands of impressive. But Idolia and the Shangwan we're seeing in the picks right now, Mischievous. Oh.
Okay, but right now, seeing from the first three compositions coming from the both sides of the team, I think I'm having a good feeling coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. But because again, when it comes to drafting, when it comes to your hero pool, there is like the chances for you for winning that round. But then again, it exactly boils down on how you'll be able to play the execution part. But because again, it's going to be challenging coming from the side of Team Mahadewa if they are able to execute this properly against Team X composition when it comes to crowd control, manipulation, and of course the placements around the map.
That is so true. And they also heard us. I mean, the Dakyao in here, let's see how they're... I mean, Dakyao is very team fight based kind of hero. So we'll see how Team X actually have that perfect... I mean, nobody's perfect, okay?
Nobody.
That coordination that is very much needed into having a Dakyao. But we'll see about that. Likewise, again, so far on the first few peaks of Team Mahadewa in here, you really don't want to give the Shangwan the kills that she very much did. But she can be very aggressive. We don't know yet what is the farm laner that Mahadewa, or rather Team X, is going to pick. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be risky if they pick something that is not so mobile. Again, Shangwan, very mobile hero, real good in terms of assassination. So we'll see about that on what is going to be the farm laner that Team X is going to pick.
Well, speaking of farm laner, I'm very much excited if they're going to see Lamban in one of their lineup right now, because coming from yesterday, really much I just forgot whose team was really much powering it up with Lamban. But again, it was those top priorities, just doing his work in securing those inhibitor coming from the bottom side, going to the middle, and of course going to the top side of the map. So it comes down to the rotation, and of course those knowing Lamban, he has really much that very long range that he can really much help in securing those objectives, just doing by himself actually.
That is so true. But let's look at this one. Really tanky front line. With the Mayin getting picked on the side of Mahadewa, the Ranji really good in terms of late game as well. But a lot of mobility in here on the side of Team X. We saw that Pei, we saw the Sankhya as well. So it's going to be a lot of quick rotations coming from Team X. So both of the teams, I mean, I don't see any like just basing on the draft alone, we can say, okay, this draft is better than the other, because they definitely have different plans on what they want to do in this game too. So, but here, what do you think about that draft that we just saw, Mischievous?
Actually, seeing from the complete draft from the both sides of the team is that it's very much, having that equal balance coming from the damage that they can give, and of course, but in terms of, just like you said, based on the draft that we had right now. Mobility-wise, Team X is really much mobile enough to really much go fast and go kill and go savage and entering the enemy jungle here. As you can see here, the members coming from Team X are now trying to invade.
Yeah, that is so true. Even though the jungle sprite is there, doesn't matter because actually they're pretty much multitasking in here. Top side of the jungle, bottom part of the jungle as well. Mahadewa is gonna have a hard time if they don't actually go for that cross map play the soonest as possible.
But right now, same situation that we are seeing here. This is like the calm before the storm, where in Team Mahadewa trying to sense if they're going to what's going to be their strategy right now. Because again, they have different hero pools right now, so the execution part will be really much tricky. Because again, it's going to boil down on how they read the positioning coming from either both sides of the team. But right now, Team X is having a little bit of a skirmish here in the bottom lane, as our team member here, Toshi, is now very pretty low. But again, team members coming from the side with Team Mahadewa trying to dive in. Oh, Dahlia, way too deep coming from the side of Team X. And that will be the first blood coming from the side of Team X.
Azuye will get it, and of course, one sources of damage from the side of Team X. I mean, I don't know what happened to Ayep on that one. He should have seen that coming because it was pretty clear to the map side, onto the bottom part of the map side of Team X. The members of their team are already rotating towards bottom part of the map, so that's quite unfortunate. Anyway, that's just a support. I mean, that's even better compared to having your farm laner to die.
Yeah, definitely. But also taking into consideration, we saw that AF was really much too deep into the enemy jungle of Team X. So there's this possibility that okay, you'll try the providing vision, but then again, would it be a a good trade if you're just providing vision against your own life? So maybe there is still some things that you will be needing to improve coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, a team fight has been engaged by Team X, but then again, they are really escaping rather the jungle side of Team Mahadewa and will be able to secure that blue buff.
Oh, that's so true, but so far looking okay. We could have seen some casualties in there coming from the side of Mahadewa, but so far so good. At least Mahadewa didn't give that kill, but so far bottom part of the map. Okay, really good. Use a flash. It's okay. It's okay.
I thought it was going to be like, going to be having a tower dive for the side of Team X. But again, their discipline really plays a good role when it comes to decision making and of course executing all of their tactics around the map. But right now, of course, Team Mahadewa is still trying to catch up, and of course, here in Team X, they have the 2K gold lead on their side.
That is so true, and that paid off from the early jungle steals that they did a while ago. I mean, it's not just on the top side, it's on both sides of the map. Really paid off. And now I really get jumbled on this Actuarity in here, our Cow really need to catch up, because as we can see right now, AG Zeke's in here is already on level 7. He needs to catch up one level, but hold the thought.
Hold that time here. Dahlia just use his ultimate just to provide additional support for his side of the team. But here, Team Mahadewa trying to progress forward. But again, Team X will be still standing strong as no casualty can be seen from the side of both sides. But Team Mahadewa's Actuarity will be having a low HP and needs to back away.
They are capitalizing on the utilities onto this Dakyao. I'm loving it. But so far, in terms of objectives, I think Team X is really doing great. And they have the opportunity on getting this first tower of the game.
And of course, that opportunity may have been like other downfall coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. But again, they need to sustain their momentum earlier, and they need to, keep that balance when it comes to invasion. But here, speaking of balance, Team X is not balancing it out for the side of Team Mahadewa, as they were able to secure one more kill for their side.
That is so true, and this is looking good for the side of Team X. I mean, it's pretty much being slow, but I think they need to capitalize on soon what the lead that they have right now, and really good rotation onto the bottom lane part of the map right now.
Oh.
Let's see about that though. They're not stopping on stealing all the jungle camps of Mahadewa.
Well, right now, taking into consideration, they need to really much give that low spike coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. That's why they need to secure those enemy jungles coming from their side of team. So this gives them more gold and possibly more visibility on where are the team members coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. But right now, this will be a possible engagement coming from the top side as all of the members are trying to position themselves in order to perform a gank. But I think that will be another inhibitor turret coming from the side of Team X that will be secured. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The blue buff is being trying to be contested by Team Mahadewa. And all of the ultimate has all been eliminated. Here we go. Vitalex will be going down. And that will be the downfall coming from the side of Team Mahadewa.
Mahadewa hasn't taken any towers away from Team X as of yet. It all really paid off. But I think now the question is, again, Mayin though will fall down onto the hands of Zuyi. But anyway, so yeah, what can Mahadewa do on this one? I mean, Shangguan is a really good hero character to actually play on, go for an assassination. I mean, the Renji as well onto the late game. Mayin even really good tankiness. But it doesn't so happen. I mean, they lack the goal that they need, but they really need to actually create the time. But hold on, look at that!
No, that was a 1v1 situation coming from the side of Authority there. Though he showed great potential, but then again the damage output is not enough, and that's why Authority was able to fall down to coming from that 1v1 situation. But right now, Team Mahadewa are forming themselves in the middle lane, and of course losing one inhibitor turret coming from the side of the team. The Overlord is still available, but then again, our members coming from the side of Team X is really much pushing forward and wanting to secure and push back the members here from Team Mahadewa coming from their high grounds, and just making that small space doesn't give the opportunity for Team Mahadewa to progress forward.
No one died yet onto the side of Team X, but will this be the first one?
Will this be? Yes, no!
No. Actually, even Dragon, I was like looking at his HP bar. No, he hasn't fallen down as of yet as well. I think now Team X is talking, in their comms right now. Okay, whoever dies, he's gonna pay off. Maybe he's gonna treat off the team later on with some grab food over there in the Philippines. So no one can die. No one can die from now on.
And I hope that we can also have some grab here in our casters deck. But anyways, here we go. The Team X was able to secure that Overlord, making them again an opportunity to summon those vanguards. But right now, the world of Team Mahadewa is starting to get a little bit of a cramp as they are having a hard time to really much go inside their own jungle territory.
We really need to see Mammon go online, so as the Cow, because they need to create that setup. The setup for Fadel XZ
there we
to go for the damage.
And there we go. From the knockup damage coming from the side of Team X, but there we go. And the inhibitor turret will be falling down coming from the top side. This will be an all-out situation coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. But this be the first kill that they will get. Yes, and that was secured by AM. Oh my God, you redeemed yourself, AM, from in our eyes. But right now, the team fight still continues coming from the side of Team X. They are trying to secure that inhibitor turret coming from the mid side. But there we go, the setup plays has been initiated. One man down coming from the side of Team Mahadewa. Once again, will be going down, and of course another inhibitor turret. So this makes them more vulnerable coming from the side of the vanguards. And right now the second wave is now coming in, and now we're seeing a 3v5 situation here happening in the bottom lane. Let's see if they try to defend it here as the vanguards are now entering, and of course all of the team members coming from the side of Team X. We have 4 seconds on the clock here coming from the Fatalex. Let's see on what place that they can try to pick up here as they won again. Team X will be getting that last inhibitor turret. Will this be a good play coming from the side of Team X? All of the vanguards are here to play, and now entering into the high ground, and that's a two-man down from the side of Team Mahadewa. Makes that three, and a complete wipeout from the side of Team X, and there we go. They win game number 2.
Okay, I was about to say actually the Toshino is gonna go order that food for the whole team, but we have yet to see. True, that's actually onto the side of Team X. We'll see into the match results, but for the meantime, congratulations Team X winning a clean sweep of 2-0 score up against Mahadewa team from Indonesia. And again, every points matter because you need all these points to actually rank as the first or the second team from your group in order to move forward to the playoff stage. And really, I think, you know what, from the strategy that the Team X
Mm-hmm.
have pulled up on that one, what really paid off was all the jungle invades. Even though there's a jungle sprite, we do know that there is less damage that your team can do up against your jungle's opponent on the first 4 minutes of the game. But for them, for as long as they at least there's one or two members, actually they went on a 2-3 jungle invades onto the camps of Team Mahadewa, and that still paid off. So it doesn't matter if it will take long, for as long as they disrupt the jungler
Mm-hmm.
on the side of Mahadewa.
Yes, and that's actually the point that we've been discussing earlier during the drafting phase. The jungler needs to be protected, the jungler needs to be fed, and the jungler needs to be taken care of. Oh, sounds familiar? Yes, but that's not what's on your mind right now, ladies and gentlemen. But again, yes, I certainly agree with you, Madam Kaisaya, as we are now seeing coming from the side of Team X, the rotations exceptional, truly professional, as they say, and of course it boils down on how did we able to secure those inhibitor turrets early on in the game. But in terms of the post-game itemizations, as we are seeing here, that it's primarily focused on movement speed and mobility. But then again, there's a little bit of a damage outburst that we are seeing here from the side of Team X. But if we're going to see here coming from the side of Team Mahadewa, is we are seeing a little bit of struggle moments coming from the side of the team. That maybe that's primarily because their jungler is being raided, not invaded, literally
Yeah.
raided, coming from the side of Team X.
And was a total obliteration because that created a lot of space for AGZs as well as even Migi to actually roam
Mm-hmm.
around the map and just go off for that kills that they very much needed. But then I think I am impressed as to how impressive actually played off the Dakyao in here, taking the communication, I mean, leading the communication in terms of where to go onto team fights. And again, this is like, just a player background. I think this is really one of the advantage if you do know how to play both the jungle as well as the support, because you do know where to actually assist your jungle. And again, really mobile composition for the side of Team X. The pay as well as the sun care, they could just like roam around the map
Mm-hmm.
anywhere, plus add the teleportation skill coming from the Dakyao as well. But do not lose hope because there is still hope for Team Mahadewa to make a comeback on the next few series that they're going to be playing of later on tonight in this group B. Up next will be Peanut Butter from Thailand. I just ate peanut butter a while ago with
Oh,
some
so
bread.
yummy!
Yes, and versus Impunity from Myanmar. And actually, Impunity again is one of the teams that I'm pretty sure people have been waiting for because they took away a lot of championship titles from a lot of Honor of Kings events recently. But yeah, anyway, overall thoughts from that series one,
Mm-hmm.
Mischievous?
Actually, seeing from the team fights, all of the compositions coming from the teams that we've spectated here, coming from match number one or series number one rather, is that we can definitely say there's glimmering hope from the side of Team Philippines. Again, they truly redeemed themselves, and of course, it's the team coming from the defeat from yesterday from Team Philippines. I forgot. Oh, wait, what's the name of the team?
Digital
Um,
Devils?
Yes, Digital Devils. There we go. Digital Devils. There we go. We heard your war cry, and of course, that was a redemption moment coming from the side of Team X. So right now, this will be the first highlight match, I think, since Team Impunity will be fighting Team Peanut Butter. So let's stay tuned, as maybe this will be one of the yummiest matches that we'll be
Yummiest.
able, yummiest, literally. So again, we're just going to be having a short break. So stay tuned as we prepare for the next round.
Honor of Kings terms you need to know. Every game has its unique terminology, and MOBAs are no exception. Let's review the terms used in Honor of Kings to help you communicate with your teammates in game. Game stages. In each match, there are 3 stages: early game, mid game, and late game. Heroes are classified as early game, mid game, or late game heroes, depending on which stage of the game they're strongest. Early game heroes are those who become strong in the first 4 minutes. They start with higher base stats and are able to go to battle without the need for much equipment. In contrast, mid and late game heroes start with lower base stats, but their power grows significantly over the course of the match. These heroes are fairly weak in early game and instead grow in power over time as they acquire more equipment. Therefore, you can raise your odds by having a balanced team of early game, mid game, and late game heroes. Laning terms. Last hit. This refers to the final, finishing blows dealt by a hero to a minion. Last hitting a minion rewards you with bonus gold, compared to letting it die from other damage sources. Minion kills are fundamental to gaining a gold advantage and winning the game. Trading damage. This refers to using your hero's health in exchange for the enemy's health. The goal is to keep whittling away at the enemy to create an opportunity for the kill. Ganking. This refers to ambushing an enemy or joining an ally in combat. A successful gank can create a good deal of momentum, but a failed gank can lead to serious deficits for a team. You can raise the odds of success by having a balanced team of heroes. Always remember to safeguard yourself against a potential enemy gank. Team fight terms. Multi-lane attack. This is when a team attacks from more than one lane at once. Common multi-lane attack formations are 1-3-1, 4-1, and 3-2. A multi-lane attack means that the team can earn gold and EXP from more than one lane, but this also thins out the team's combat power at the same time. How and when to execute a multi-lane attack is a must-learn strategy in Honor of Kings. Kiting and poking. These refer to chipping away at the enemy's health using ranged skills. Poking usually happens before a team fight starts by ranged heroes. This is done to lower enemy health, increasing the chance of winning the team fight. All in. This is when a team focuses its skill attacks on a single target at once. This tactic is most often seen when fighting key enemy heroes as a way to ensure the kill. It's an especially effective tactic against well-developed enemy heroes. Honor of Kings is a MOBA game based on tower defense. On the ever-changing battlefield, players must have basic awareness and strategy to gain an advantage so that they can destroy the enemy's crystal and win the match. Here are some key points to consider. 1. Winning condition. The goal of the game is to destroy the enemy's towers and the crystal. Therefore, it's critical to strategize around the towers. Destroying towers brings gold and EXP, and drives the enemy back to make the jungle easier to invade. After destroying the inner towers, the minions become super minions that cannot be stopped by normal minions, giving the players an even bigger advantage. 2. Minion waves. They're in charge of pushing and defending and are a key element to the match. Minions are important when attacking towers, and enemy minions are the main source for gold and EXP. Players must keep an eye on clearing the incoming minion waves to ensure efficiency and make sure the defending minions are not overwhelmed. 3. Gold. The amount of gold earned has a direct impact on equipment purchases and the tide of the battle. Gold can be earned from clearing minion waves, killing heroes, assists, clearing the jungle, and destroying towers. After accumulating gold, players can aggressively attack the enemy jungle to take neutral creatures, destroy towers, and initiate team fights to expand their advantage and eventually win. 4. Teamwork. Good teamwork is a key factor to victory. Players must create advantageous situations and support teammates to increase survivability. During team fights, every class must maximize their effectiveness by performing their assigned duties. 5. Good players know how to control the pace of a match, consciously strategizing during every part of the game. The first 4 minutes of leveling up, the team fights between minutes 10 and 20, and the last part after the 20-minute mark. And seizing opportunities are the key to taking the initiative. You now know everything about awareness and pacing. See you next time.
Hey yo, what's up guys? We are back here in Kings of Underground Season 1. So we've actually witnessed match series number 1 coming from the side of Team Mahadewa and Team X. And fortunately, Team X was able to secure that win with the power of Pinoy Pride and of course the power of team participation, and of course the very perfectly all around map manipulation. They were able to secure that win. And of course, starting it up, my name is Mr. Bus Gaming, and of course, my partner here, Madam Kaysaya, and as we will be the casters for this game.
Yes, and we're going to be bringing you the action. I think one of the most awaited team again on this group, Impunity from Myanmar versus PeanutButter from Thailand. I'm pretty sure PeanutButter already made some preparations on this big event right now, and we're also excited to see that. But just so you know, again, those we just came in onto this tournament, onto this live stream, we have a global vamping mode, and we are on a round-robin match for this group stage, Group B, wherein all the teams will go on matchup against each other. It's going to be on a 1-for-1 point system. So whatever point they get, or 2-1, they're gonna get the points from that one. So each of the points will matter because only the top 2 teams will move forward to the playoffs. Miss Chivas, would you like to explain what is going to be like on the playoffs up until the grand finals?
Of course, it would be an honor, Madam Kaysaya. So basically, coming from the playoffs, it will be still be a best of 3 here, other from the side of the grand finals, which will be a best of 5. So basically, the top 1 team coming from the group stages that we had would be heading on to the upper bracket, and of course, the second teams or the second placer teams will be heading on to the lower bracket finals. So seeing from that is that they have a chance to really much get onto the way in order to secure the championship slot as they want to progress into this tournament. And of course, it's very much exciting because again, we have high caliber teams all around our group stage. So that's one thing that's going to be excited that we will be watching.
That's so true, and we'll see about that because again, global ban pick, it's not just about having a lot of heroes in your account, but having the mastery on it. And again, at least we saw Dakyao Dolya, which was actually a top ban and pick overall from yesterday, being played again once more. Unfortunately, Shangguan, we did see quite, a sad Shangguan a while ago. Quite not successful, I guess, because also how Team X was actually going for that early plays. They always would go for that invades into the jungle. I wonder if that's going to be the kind of play that we'll see up against Impunity as well as PeanutButter. I would love to see more of those, really aggressive early game moves. How about your mischievous?
Well, I surely share the same sentiments, Madam Kaysaya, because again, in terms of map manipulation, you really much need to push your way through invading the enemy jungle. If you're going to be lacking behind, it will be a lost opportunity for your side of team. Why? Because again, when it comes to gold objectives, you really much need to get into the upper standards when it comes to getting those jungle creeps. But right now, again, both teams are really much in terms of playstyle, of basing from what I've seen coming from them with HOKI during their last show match, is that they are really much, wanting to dominate the jungle. So that's 2 similar things that we have for Team Impunity and of course Team PeanutButter, but it's going to be boiling down to the execution on how they're able to, match things out against each other's team.
Yes, and just a little bit of trivia. I'm pretty sure everyone following Hawk Underground Facebook page
Hmm.
saw the team photos of each of the teams. And we did see one female member on the side of Peanut Butter, and that's
Yes.
actually their coach, analyst, Miss Shireen Affair. So I think the ladies out there, actually, I've been hearing a lot of requests about having some female tournaments. So that's going to be another interesting community event that maybe will happen in the future. We don't know, but I guess this is something to admire and look forward to, that, it's not just going to be the job for men, but also like for the women to actually step up and be in this competitive level of play in esports. So yeah, I
Hmm.
think that's an interesting background information about the teams that we have that's going to be fighting right now for Series 2.
Actually, just to add on from your statement, Madam Gaysai, it's very much exciting to see female teams and, of course, grassroots female leagues that will be focusing on female players and, of course, their respective teams. Because then again, as we say, every esports is for everyone, and of course, it's very the ecosystem coming from the side of Honor of Kings is really much diverse. So as well, I'm
Yeah.
very much excited to see that those upcoming tournaments real soon here in the Southeast Asian region.
Yeah, we want to watch definitely the growth of Honor of
Hmm.
Kings in here, not just in the Philippines or each of the countries, but across
Hmm.
Asia, across the globe. Actually, a lot of we've been seeing for sure. If you're on Twitter as well, or X rather, that's the new name. So for sure, if you're following all the other social media accounts of Honor of Kings, they're doing a lot of activities, right?
Yes.
Not just
Hmm.
locally here in the Philippines, but across abroad as well, and other
Hmm.
countries across Asia.
Yes, and of course, seeing from those social media posts coming from the side of Honor of Kings is that you can also participate coming from the newly updated in-game tournament. So I highly encourage you guys to register on that in-game tournament. So maybe you'll be having a chance to participate or maybe represent your country once you reach the grand finals on that in-game tournament. So maybe just give it a shot, and maybe you'll be the next great champion of Honor of Kings.
Yes, especially if you don't have a team yet. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
a really neat feature in the game,
Mm-hmm.
wherein, okay, I want to participate in the tournament, but I don't have the
Mm-hmm.
availability almost every time to practice, to do some scrims.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a lovely feature in the game. I've actually tried it once and I lost.
Oh. Oh.
And I
I
lost.
was going to
it's
expect like
it's
you won.
randomized. No, okay, that's at least we're being realistic in here.
Speaking of realistic, Madam Gaysai, of course, let's be real. Honor of Kings is already available on their official website. So if you're watching this and you're viewing on the official Facebook page of Honor of Kings Underground, so we have a link here in the comment section or maybe in the post section if you're going to see there. So I'm not sure, up or down. Just check it out, guys. So just click on the link there, and of course, click download the APK. And of course, there's no need for you to download any VPN as it's free to download. So I really highly encourage you
Yes.
guys as you will be able to fully grasp the experience here in Honor of Kings.
Yes, that is so true. Although for some, yeah, they've been asking just go into the official website. There's
Mm-hmm.
APK as well available, easily downloadable for Android users. But if you
Mm-hmm.
are in the iOS, it's gonna be tricky, especially
Mm-hmm.
those coming from the Philippines. You have to change country first on the App Store, and yeah. But the good thing is that we have really good community for each of the countries having their own Discord servers. So
Yes.
there are a lot of people coming from Level Infinite actually dispersing all their manpower to actually give the support that they need,
Mm-hmm.
that each of the community players need in order to find out about the game. And you know what I love so much?
Mm-hmm.
Because just so you know, everyone currently watching the stream, this is a community-led event.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how professional our overlays are, how
Love it.
professional our stream and broadcasts are, and it's so lovely coming from like a community-led event and grassroots. You mentioned already, Mischievous.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good start, because for everything that starts from a passionate perspective, it
Mm-hmm.
pays off so well later on.
Yes, definitely. And of course, a very, very quick shout out. And of course, a big, big shout out to the production team that is being led by Sir Drew and of course Sir Joel. Shout out to our technical director right now that is controlling our live stream right now. And of course to everyone that is in the back end team of this very wonderful tournament. Thank you very much for your very continuous support. And of course, we look forward to the season 2 and more seasons coming from this underground tournament.
That is so true. And pretty sure you guys have been waiting where the teams are right now.
Mhm.
Maybe you're fed up with our faces on the screen, but we're just waiting for just one more player from one of the, we're not sure which team, but doesn't matter because we'd love for the meantime give you shout outs. Everyone who's currently on the stream. Michael Psychedelica, Denny Oy, Arierti. So make sure you also share the live stream so that
Yes.
more Honor of Kings player know about this game. And it's so lovely because again, it's not just like for this event, it's a lot of teams and players coming from different countries just coming all together. We even have a representative from Japan. Initially it was, I think it was just planned for Southeast Asia, but
Mhm.
it was changed to Asia because we have
Mhm.
friends coming from Japan as well joining this event. So I'm not sure if they're gonna be on Group C or Group D, but we'll find out. So make sure you also give Hawk Underground Facebook page a follow for updates.
Yes, definitely. So if you're not yet a follower of Honor of Kings Underground or Hawk Underground, make sure to follow their page so that you'll be updated with the latest happenings in our tournament. And of course, might maybe future updates and patch notes coming from the official Honor of Kings.
That is so true. And again, everyone wondering which teams are actually part of
Mm-hmm.
Group B. Team X, we have Team X come from the Philippines who already has 2 points from the previous series. Impunity, as well as not Butterfly. Okay, I was thinking about Hero. Peanut Butter from Thailand, who's gonna go up against Impunity on this upcoming series. And then we have Mahadewa, who have yet to gain some points later on in the upcoming series that they have. I'm pretty sure, learn something from how from their matchup against Team X. And what do you say? Maybe I ask you, Mischievous.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you say about our top picks and bands from yesterday? I mean, we're seeing them again right now. Dolia, Shangguan, Dakyao Lam. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, do you think this always should be respected, or maybe any feedback about this particular heroes that you want to share to our viewers?
Well, currently right now that the ban and of course the pick rate and of course banning rate is way too high because maybe with the specialization coming from each players on how mechanically wise they are in terms of controlling those heroes, but taking into consideration the damage outbursts or maybe the other capabilities of those high priority heroes can really much help in scaling when it comes to the real objective, where may it be coming from the team fights or invading the jungle or just really much pushing the inhibitor turret as we we saw from Lumban coming from the games from yesterday. So it really much depends on what's going to be the strategy. Of course, giving emphasis as well coming from one of the fights from yesterday, the mind manipulation wherein the Wyvern, sorry, is was able to just really much focus his damage coming from the high ground. So it was like more of a manipulation on how you'll be able to play it. But again, going back to your question, Madam Keisa, in terms of those bans and pick rates that we're having right now, it actually depends on what's going to be the overall team fight strategy in terms of just to get that objective secured by the teams.
Yeah, that's so true. But I think so far we have yet to see Dolia and Lam
Mhm.
being in one team. But I mean, all the teams right now that we have in this tournament, they know, okay, you can't put this all together in one team because or else it's gonna be an
A great
undiable Lam,
disaster.
maybe just hitting a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be disastrous, at least up against their opponent, but a happy thing for whichever team will pick it. And Dakyao again, as for me, yesterday we did see a lot of Dakyao picks also
Mhm.
as well. I mean, bans and picks, but again, really tricky unless you have really good teamwork and team play and team communication. I think Dakyao will be, a game changer for you guys if you wanna, just make some mind games up against your opponent. But then we
Mhm.
did see also Princess Frost a lot of times in the mid, as well as actually, Shangguan. Apart from Shangguan, we did see
Mm-hmm.
Princess Frost. So, and sometimes when Princess Frost is not there, we would see Lady Zen.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how many times we saw Lady Zen a while ago. Let me just pull up quickly. Lady Zen. A while yesterday, it was just like once. It was
Mm-hmm.
picked once a while from yesterday. But lots of Princess Frost in here, which I think requires a lot of mind games too. Bush
Mm-hmm.
plays. You have to give a lot of surprises. But I think I'm gonna ask you, Mischievous,
Mm-hmm.
for our Arlie and D Renji picks from yesterday. Do you think
Mm-hmm.
in this now draft that we have right now, do you think this is something we would love to see again, the Arlie as well as the D Renji?
Well, if you're going to ask me, DNG all the way. If ever whoever is going to pick that first, because again, we saw its capability coming from yesterday's matches, coming from the different teams. But right now, just for those new viewers coming in, this is Impunity versus Peanut Butters that will be going for their game number one. So, Keisaya, what would you like to expect from Impunity, knowing that they are really much the top tier players here in Honor of Kings?
A while ago, I heard something about like their IGNs are so scary. And we're seeing how organized they are in having that IMP in their names, except
Except
in your
in your
dream. He
dream.
actually just, yeah, he balanced it out at least less scary now, but we'll see about that. But, I don't know, to be honest, because they could be playing mines. We saw them in a lot of Honor of Kings tournaments right now. But what I'm more excited, actually, it's not about like which heroes they're gonna pick, but what
Mhm.
rotation are they gonna do into the from the early up onto the mid game. Yesterday, MSG, we saw them not wanting to have the late game time. Before 10 minutes, they want to close the game. I wonder it's going to be the same thing for Impunity in this game. But so far, going to our drafting in here,
Mhm.
we can see a trend into the bans. I mean, Clash Laner bans from the side of Team Impunity in here. They want to give Mayin a head start. But for the side of Peanut Butter, they want to respect the supports and make sure that they probably secure themselves some, really good utility and setup place. But we'll fight about that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Madam Kaisaya. And I think in terms of the farm name, I'm very much excited to see maybe a little bit of how you. Yes, I'm shouting out my favorite hero, whoever's
Yeah.
team that's going to be used, but used by that. But then, kidding aside, ladies and gentlemen, maybe I'm also looking forward to see like Alien being picked, or maybe Arlie, or when it comes to damage, maybe I'm still rooting for Marco Polo, if ever. But let's see.
Well, Marco Polo is a good counter for really tanky heroes such as the Mayin that we're seeing right now. But we'll see about that. I mean, if it's just one tanky hero, I mean, okay, even though it's not a Marco Polo, but if you're going to be dealing with 2 or 3 tanky heroes or high sustain heroes up against your opponent, I mean, that will be a good pick. But hold the thought, because we were just talking about tanky and high sustain heroes, there is a Jun secure in here on the side of Impunity. So this is so far a really tanky, but oof, hey no, not more sustain also, just like a balance coming from the side of Peanut Butter.
Right now, they're starting to counter each heroes that that gives that great capability to balance out when it comes to initiations and team fights. Unlike the previous teams that we saw during the previous matches, it's like they're really much focusing on power. They're focusing on stuns or crowd controls. But right now, they're really much balancing it out in order to have that layering system, as we call it, in order to like support each other when it comes to the shot calls as well. Whenever they're going to engage here in a very very tight situation.
That is so true, but still kind of tricky in here. We have no support. Actually, we don't know, but we're seeing a double smite in here so far on the side of Peanut Butter, and usually we would see that, okay, if you're not even still able to secure or make some steals
Use
onto
the second
objective
smite.
takes. Yeah, I mean, at least it's a backup, but if you still fail even having 2 smites already, okay, I mean,
Okay.
that's a question about mechanical ability question already for the player. But of course, they are pro compared to us, so it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. We're not competing in here. But look at this. Look at this. Princess Frozen Shangguan ban. What do you say about that? Two respects to
Well,
the mid lane.
Well, if I'm going to be asked, it's one of those heroes that must be highly priority banned because again, with the magic damage outburst that is being given towards the mid-game potential, in which most of the times that we see when it comes to our matches throughout this tournament. But then again, if I'm in terms of the mid lane, I'm actually excited to see if ever they're going to be up Angela pull because again, when you hit that second skill and of course the ultimate combination coming from Angela, giving you an opportunity to not only take one, maybe multiple heroes from the enemy side of the opponent, and with the continuous damage as well being given by Angela, so that can be also be an option. But let's see.
I think we did not see the Angela though from yesterday. I mean, there's no love for Angela as of yet, but oh yeah, oh yeah. But there's still love. Look at this one. Ooh, is this true? We're seeing two farm laners on the hands of Impunity. Nope, they're just teasing us. Renji and Xiao Kiao, they're not even done because they're hovering quite a lot. But for the meantime, it's already settled for the side of Team PeanutButter. They want to use the Arlie, really mobile hero in here. So as a Jing, so it's gonna be quite like slimy on from the hands of Team Impunity in here, but we'll see about that because they've got the stuns in here coming from the Mayin, Dun, and Xiao Kiao as well, and we'll see about that. And they're gonna lock in the Xiao Kiao, which is also good in terms of AoE damage.
Well, right now, as we said a while ago, they're trying to really much balance out the damage and of course crowd control capabilities of their team composition, and it's very unusual for us to see those kinds of situations. Well, considering we're only at day number 2 of our elimination stage, but then again, when it comes to the system of Honor Kings, if you're going to really much focus into one goal, then you'll have the opportunity to really much choose that one goal composition for your cyber team. But right now, I think this is just like a caster prediction that we're going to see a very, very juicy fight for our game number 1.
Gonna be juicy. I mean, one of the top bands hero from yesterday, Zhuangzi, will finally come a show in here onto the hands of PeanutButter. I'm so excited how they're gonna make the play. I mean, both of their drafts are good, but we would want to see who's gonna go for that aggressive play early game time. We did see a while ago from the match between Mahadewa versus Team X. Team X really going for that early jungle steals, but I wonder if it's going to be the same thing that we're seeing, aggressive plays that we will see up against between the match between PeanutButter as well as Impunity. How about you, Mischievous? Do you want to expect something? Like, you have any bias in terms of the hero picks? Just the hero picks alone.
Well, in terms of the hero picks, well, actually, to be honest, yeah, well, yeah, one of my disclaimers supposed to be. But then again, when it comes to the compositions for both sides of the team, I think I'll be much more favorable for the side of PeanutButter. Oh, that's surprising for me as well. But then again, seeing from their composition, it's much more focused on that objective base rather than Impunity to, when it comes to team fights. I think the strategy here from Impunity is that they need to prolong it until all of the resources has already been resources coming from the side of the enemy team, where it gives another chance for them to secure those clash opportunities. But here for the side of PeanutButters, their composition really much gives the vibes of having that confidence to engage when it comes to crucial moments.
Yeah, that's so true. But we did see that attempt coming from the Sunbeam as well as the Xiao Kiao to actually go for a jungle steal from the camp of PeanutButter. But PeanutButter doing a good job in actually stopping them away from doing that. So it's going to be pretty stale onto the early stages of the game. But I think this is an interesting clash lane fight between Sunke as well as our Mayin. Usually Mayin, he really needs to wait for his ultimate to come in. But ooh, I'm loving the visit here coming from Dune, and
they
one
smell
of them,
them.
yeah. Oh, yeah, quite unfortunate. They do know, like, they have the third eye, but Jing. Let's see what he
Okay,
plans
let's
to do
see,
as
and there we
well.
go. The initiation has been initiated by PeanutButter, and 2 of the members coming from the side of Impunity has already removed themselves, and all of the team members coming from the side of PeanutButters are very low. Will this be another engagement for them? As we see here, additional players coming in
Oh,
from the side of
nice
PeanutButters.
timing.
This will be a 3v4 situation. Now, 4 of the members are fighting the one mage here coming from the middle side of the map of Impunity, but then again, backs away as they know that this is not yet their opportunity to secure those pickoffs, but then again, just poking in damage and of course sensing on how the senses of the PeanutButter team are really much strong when it comes to map awareness.
Both of them are so map aware. They know when to actually rotate on the map to give the backup that their teammates very much needed. But look at this one. All of the members of PeanutButter are actually rotating towards pot side. This is looking scary. But Mayin, Zero is quite reactive as well and wanting to join the fight and not letting his teammates down. I mean, pretty stale, early game time, no casualties as of yet.
Definitely there, Keitaya, but right here, a one member almost died. Oh, but there we go. The first blood will be
There goes
secured
the
from the
damage.
side of Impunity. I was actually expecting that he will be surviving that, but then again, it wasn't a fortunate fate for the side of Team PeanutButter. But again, that lead for Impunity may be a deal breaker for their side of the team, or maybe an opportunity for Team PeanutButter to adjust what their strategy for the early stages of this game. Right now, 40 seconds on the clock for both our Overlord and Tyrant. Let's see on who will be able to secure those first.
Could have been better if it went through the Renji, the kill up against Holzen on the Arlie, but doesn't matter anyway, it's still a kill onto the hands of Impunity, and they will get a tower. No, just almost, but it's still less than 4-minute game time, so there's the shield and less damage that they can deal up against the mid tower. Meantime,
Oh,
look
pero
at
here
this,
the initiation coming from the side of Impunity there in the bottom lane, and now the members coming from the side of PeanutButters are now backing away. But then again, Impunity will be able to secure an inhibitor coming from the bottom side. And there we go, 4-minute mark as we've been reaching. And this will be a great opportunity for the side of Team PeanutButters to re-engage as members coming from the side of Team Impunity are really much diving in towards the enemy jungle here. They have no chill as they try to push back the members of Team PeanutButters. But hey, we are seeing here coming from the side of Team PeanutButters, pushing away as well the Team Impunity. But that's what part of the strategy as Team Impunity will be securing this Tyrant.
And that's easy as it goes. And I think Impunity just capitalizing all the AoE damage as well that In Your Dream can do as a Sunbeam in here. And right off the bat, the moment they got that first tower of the game in the bottom part of the map, we saw that their aggressive play onto the jungle camp of PeanutButter. And I think now in here, Impunity, we could expect them to actually go for a more aggressive play, especially that they have the Xiao Kiao AoE as well as the Sunbeam AoE as well. Oh, look at that heavens!
Ooh,
My
1v1 situation at
heavens!
the top side for Impunity, trying to take down one member from the side of Team PeanutButter. Oh, will he be hitting the boat? Oh, he used it as a diversion. Supposedly wanting to stun the enemy
no.
here coming from the side of Team Impunity, but hey, all of the members coming from the side of Team PeanutButter providing support and of course visibility from here, from Xiao, but then again, Xiao Lin come from the side of Impunity wants to secure this objective, but then again, Hausen going in deep. Will this be a fall down for the side of the Flash escaping but fails at the very last moment, and that will be another kill for the side of Team Impunity. 3-0 scoreline.
And Holzen is not really having a good time in here
And
as a
right,
farm
this is
laner on the
ladies
side
and
of
gentlemen,
PeanutButter.
as we are now
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
once again one possible team fight, ladies and gentlemen, in contention coming from the side of PeanutButters. Blue buff, but there we go with the stun plays coming from the side of Impunity, and there we go. We are seeing a one-man down from the side of Team PeanutButters. Will this be a follow-up coming from the side of Team with a flash as well being used in? But then again, a double kill will be secured by In Your Dreams. Not looking good for the side of Team PeanutButters as we are now
Not
seeing
done even.
a large majority of the gold lead is coming from the side of Impunity with almost more than 5k. And right now, in terms of pushing back the members coming from the side of Team Impunity, they are really much struggling as of the moment. So, in order to recap on what happened, right now, we are definitely seeing here coming from the top side that they want to secure this inhibitor turret coming from the high grounds, but they will be waiting coming from the minion creeps that will be spawning in just a few seconds. And there we go, the minion waves are already in, and of course, Team Impunity has no chill, and they are really much diving into the team fight. Team Butters trying to progress in terms of damage output, but there we go, fair play will be going down, and that will be a 5 for one for non-trade off in favor for the side of Team Impunity. But I don't think they're done yet, as we are now seeing members come from the side of Team Impunity still not leaving the top side lane, and it's going to be a dangerous match point for them, as we are now seeing the other lanes are now being downfall from the side of Team Peanut Butters. And there we go, we're going to see a potential, and not just a potential, it has already been taken down coming from the top stage, and now they're going after here in the middle lane. They are really much getting that damage spike coming from their side of team, and the Team Peanut Butters having a hard time going out from their side of their base. So not looking good for Team Peanut Butters, but then again, Team Impunity holding their ground. They're not giving any coming from the side of Team Peanut Butters. So it's going to be a difficult match for their side of the team.
Sunbin really making a play in here, creating all the opportunity for Impunity to actually get all the kills that they very much needed. Prolonged team fights after prolonged team fights, that's what we saw from the side of Impunity. And the Peanut Butter, what can they do? I mean, Holzen did not really have a good time from a while ago. We see some replays in here when all this the AoE damage coming from Sunbin as well, just really giving a lot of opportunity. Look at that double kill, and that is actually a support. We're talking about sustains and AoE damage. And while the clash was actually happening on the bottom part of the map a while ago, it doesn't matter because T-Range is actually making a push onto the top side.
Oh,
But then again, we see another fight
yes,
going onto the
another
bottom part
team
of the
fight
map.
that is being initiated by Team Impunity. But again, a successful defense coming from the side of Team Peanut Butters. Well, we saw there all of the resources coming from the side of Team Peanut Butters already been utilized, and they're all now in cooldown. So making them in a very vulnerable position. But here, a tower dive coming from the side of Team Impunity has been initiated. Will this be a great push for their side of team, and securing an inhibitor turret? Now all of the inhibitor turrets are now falling down, as we are now seeing Team Peanut Butter is not in a good position to really much escape their base, or at least go out of their base, as we are now seeing here Team Impunity safeguarding the middle lane. And of course, those minions that we are coming right now on both sides, on all sides, are now marching down. Let's see if Team Peanut Butter will still be able to defend their high ground.
No towers have been taken down for the side of Impunity. Oh, look at this
my
dive under the
God!
turret!
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We can see all of the used resources coming from the side of Team Impunity as already been initiated. That's been a 3-man down for the side of Team Peanut Butter. Now
They
we
wanna
are seeing
end
a
it
tower lock
before 10
from the
minutes.
side of Team Impunity. Peanut
No!
Butters will still stay in their well, and that will go. Game number 1 will be going for the side of Team Impunity.
My oh my, Impunity really worth an opponent to actually go up against right now here in Group B. You know what? While I was actually watching this match, I'm thinking that Impunity really wants to make sure that they finish the game right before 10-minute game time. Because they're going up against at least MSG from yesterday would finish the games right before 10 minutes. And they want to make a statement from Group B that we're gonna do that as well, and that was so easy for them. We saw the plays. I think again, I'm gonna call off on the Sunbeam. Really good support and roaming that he provided onto the teams. They would want to make a play onto the top lane part of the map. They did so, and I think the fast rotations and the decision making from Impunity really paid off so well. Unfortunately, though, the early from the side of Peanut Butter, she didn't really have a good time. The Renji just went online. He was punished so well, the Arlie. And we take a look at the 0-3-0. This is not the Arlie that you want to see.
Definitely. And of course, seeing from the kill score as well, 10-1, Peanut Butters is way, way, way behind. As we can definitely say that Team Impunity was dominating in the forest, in the jungle, and of course, providing support and visibility coming from their side of the team. But if we're going to tell deep dive into this one, there is an opportunity for Team Peanut Butters to win this round. But then again, the aggressiveness of coming from the side of Team Impunity made it even harder for them to really much get that initiation and of course scaling up in terms of itemization. As we can see here, coming from the Team Peanut Butters, it was only Haven and Holzen was able to really much get their core items packing in. But then again, it's not enough for them to sustain and of course create a little bit of damage or a little bit, at least a dent coming from the side of Team Impunity. But then again, as they say, if you have impenetrable armor, you have to have an impenetrable team to support you, and that is Team Impunity making a statement.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, Impunity really does know on how to stop the power spike of Peanut Butter in here because the champions, or rather the heroes that Peanut Butter have actually taken, are all like, you have to wait for your power spike sometime mid or late game, but that didn't happen because just early game time, were already stopped by taking down the R lead as soonest as possible. But then again,
Mhm.
that was just game one. This is a best of three match on a round robin format. There is still chance for Peanut Butter team from Thailand to actually make a comeback or get some points away from Impunity. But we'll see about that. But there must be some adjustments, I think, in terms of the drafting compared to what has Peanut Butter done a while ago because they were doing great in terms of the
Mhm.
early game. I mean, they were able to stop the invade coming from Impunity,
Mhm.
but Sunbin was just like so much in terms of the rotation, the vision and the
Mhm.
rotation. That was an annoying Sunbin, actually, even though he didn't have In Your Dream didn't have the IMP in his name.
Mhm.
He is worth the mention.
Definitely, and of course, his actual name is making it sustainable. Are you dreaming? So maybe we need to really much wake up coming from this dream that we are seeing. But then again, this is not a dream, as we are trying to battling it out against Team Peanut Butter. But if in terms of priority heroes, if we're going to be asked on what's going to be the priority for Team Peanut Butters, maybe a little bit help coming from the side of Goosey Goosey with the crowd control capability can help them maybe if they know to how to position and of course set those crowd control plays from the side of team. That's just my personal recommendation. Or maybe we're going to see here. I'm just shooting this out of the dark, a little bit of a Luna, but let's see. That's just my personal recommendation for Team Peanut Butters for them to really much get that um dent that they need for Team Impunity.
And again, we head on to the draft, though. Again, this is a global ban pick mode, so
Mm-hmm.
whichever heroes that each of the team already have picked, they won't be able to pick it. So it doesn't have to be banned anymore if it was already picked by the opponent team. But so far, the Jing that was actually played by Peanut Butter a while ago, although it went on to a loss, they don't want to give that away to Impunity because from yesterday, once you give the Jing actually the farm that she needs, she can just like go wild into any skirmishes, can really go create some good gangs and plays up
Mm-hmm.
against the opponent, and we don't want to see that happen. And seeing how Impunity plays, you really don't want to give this high mechanical hero that can
Mm-hmm.
create amazing plays.
Definitely. And speaking of amazing plays, it's very interesting to see on the bands that we are seeing here from the side of Team Peanut Butters. Rather, sorry, Team Impunity. Seeing from the Dahlia, of course, still one of those scenarios that we will not be seeing her during this time around. But then again, if you're going to see coming from the bands of Team Peanut Butters, I think that's a respectable ban for them to really much capitalize on for that Team Impunity to at least have that dent that they need to have to a limited hero pool. So maybe that's an opportunity for them. So let's see if right now I'm still thinking of, I mean the support for Team Peanut Butter here. Don't get me wrong, so that they can really much showcase what their powers is. But then again, let's see on what's the real strategy for this time around.
Yes, that's so true. But look at this. Just like what Impunity did a while ago, there's a
Mhm.
lot of priority on the Clash laner in here. They would
Mhm.
ban out, or rather, they would prioritize almost most of the time in here their Clash laner. I mean, Kaiser could go in the Clash lane as well, but he's very much well off onto the
Ooh,
jungle so that
Charlotte.
he can secure the Azure buff for himself. So Azure Golem for himself so that he can actually go on almost unlimited easy cooldown skills for him to go for the Invincible Warrior. But
Mhm.
hey, now we did see him a while ago getting picked as well from a game series one of this tournament. We'll see how Impunity is gonna play it out. But again, I mean, they're also on the side of Peanut Butter in here, trying to balance it out with the Charlotte too, which is also good in the Clash lane.
Definitely. But here, from the side of Team Peanut Butters, I just noticed Xiao Xiao securing the Charlotte, so making it much, the viable option if you're really wanting to have that high sustained damage coming from in order for you to penetrate coming from the side of Team Impunity. So I mean that wasn't really much on top of mind pick, but again for me it feels like the way my best viable option for the side of Team Peanut Butter. I'm still staring at his name, sorry. But there we go. We are now seeing the other bands coming from both sides of the team. Right now, the composition coming from Team Impunity gives that, scary vibes as of the moment for me.
Yes, for sure. I mean, Dharma give him the online. I mean, first, the moment that he is able to roam around the map, I mean, you're gonna be locked into the
Mhm.
walls, and you won't have a chance from his from the punches that he's gonna throw. And Kaiser, lots of sustain as well, can create a lot of good gank plays,
Mhm.
especially if he is able to flank on you. So I think, Team Peanut Butter in here really needs to be very careful on the farm laner that they're gonna pick, making sure that this is someone who can be well protected if it's not going to be a mobile hero, and if it's going to be a mobile one, then good enough. At least we'll be able to escape away from the flanks that potentially the Kaiser, the Dharma will do. But since they also have the Princess Frost in here, I mean, this is going to be a lot of bush plays for sure from the side
Definitely.
of Impunity, but we'll see about that. Meanwhile, even though there's an Arlie ban, Wang Zong ban in here, for them it doesn't matter because they have some good really mobile picks in here as well for the side of Impunity. But what do you think about the first three picks in here for the side of Peanut Butter, Mischievous?
Well, as I said a while ago, that the first two picks, well, specifically here with Charlotte, is the very safest play coming from the side of Team Peanut Butters. At least the mobility and, of course, the damage outburst that he's trying to do can really much face that, annoyance. Yun, that's the term that I was looking for earlier. Annoyance from the side of Team Impunity. So it's a good pick coming from the side of team. But then again, the remaining two, as far as I can tell, as long as they are really much doing their job in their respective lanes, they may have a chance for them to give a win for their side of the team.
Oh, a main support in here. They really love the sustain, the
Mhm.
support, the heals as well. Even though they don't have the sunbeam, which is also they're not gonna give away for
Mhm.
Team Peanut Butter. Doesn't matter. Ultimate shells coming from the ladies on gonna be scary later on. They just have to wait for the scaling for the farm laner on the side of Impunity on the
Mhm.
later stages of the game. But I like the balance in terms of the heroes that they have here for the side of Impunity. I mean, Kaiser. I mean, you don't really have to wait for the late game for the Kaiser to go online. He can do ganks even though he doesn't have the invincible warrior ultimate as of yet. So it's gonna be looking scary. I think this time Peanut Butter really needs to be very careful in terms of allowing Impunity to go for the farm that they need.
Definitely, and of course, in taking into consideration that the Team Impunity is currently in match point, so the Team Peanut Butters really much needs to play this safe and, of course, play it crucially, as they may have a chance to take down Team Impunity. But here in the middle side, we can see here in your dream is trying to take that damage, but then again, crowd control being played here by Fair Play. is really much pushing away some of the both of the members coming from the side of Team Impunity. But going back to what I'm going to say, they need to play it safe. That's one thing that I did need to give emphasis for the side of Team Peanut Butters.
Yeah, playing it safe, that's what they're doing right now. But I'm really liking the vision that Ming is actually providing in favor of the side of Impunity in here. They know where the jungler is, where Cao Cao is already. But so far, still looking stale. No Invasa we saw. I think they knew that Impunity is somehow also respecting Peanut Butter in here. That they can just like lead at someone who goes for the invade. Because you also don't want to put the risk, especially on not letting Zero, or rather the Kaiser, to actually get shot down on the early stages of the game, because it's going to be scary later on if you let the at least the Renji or the Charlotte to go online. So it's pretty chill at the moment for our early game time.
Yes, definitely. Pretty chill so far, and we were able to see this early on the game number 1 versus these two teams. But when we see on the top lane, we see a 2v2 situation. They know the capability of Team Peanut Butters, as two of the members coming from the side of Team Impunity are strategizing or to playing in the cards into their favor for them to secure a pick-off early on in the game. But then again, as we say it, discipline plays can be seen for Team Impunity. They are just really much waiting for that right moment, and of course, when that right moment comes, they will be snowballing it towards the mid to late game potential.
Look at that. Kaiser, though, already actually going for the jungle steals, but we've got to be very careful. Backup incoming, though, coming from the Princess Forest. But that's a good stop of momentum for the Cao Cao, though, up against Peanut Butter team. So at least there is a catch-up. As you can see, just a little bit of gold lead on the side of Impunity because of what Kaiser have done. So I think we just got to wait after the early game time in here. We're going to wait for the mid-game time wherein the towers will already fall down. But meantime, so far, just farm. So not much action yet that is actually seen at the moment.
Well, I think they heard us. They need to play it safe coming from the side of Team Peanut Butters. That's why they are engagement. But here we can see a 2v1 situation as we are trying to see with Team Peanut Butters trying to take down. And there we go! They were able to secure that first blood. But then again, a comeback coming from the side of Team Impunity, taking 2 members coming from the side of Team Peanut Butters, taking 1 more. Will this be a secure kill? But barely dies, but barely secures the kill coming from the side of Team Impunity.
Nice try. If there's a double ultimate shell come from Shaolin, then probably he'll be able to put down the DRNG now. But nice 1-for-1 trade. Unfortunately, Sarah was there as well. But hold up, look at that.
Almost
trying
kill.
to survive. Okay, nice one. He was left into a safe place. They didn't go aggressive because I think that was a good play coming from Impunity. Still respecting Peanut Butter on that.
Speaking of respecting Peanut Butter, we can see here Peanut Butter is initiating again one of the team fights, and there we go, securing the first another kill for their side of the team. But it's taking a little bit too aggressive for the side of Team Peanut Butter, so they don't need to be complacent as team members from Team Impunity starting to pulling in. And there we go, we can see here the jungler coming from the side of Team Impunity, really much pushing it forward, but with the pushback, 1 down from the side of Team Peanut Butter once again. So this will be a 2v3 situation happening here, and will there be another takedown coming from the side of Team Impunity with a sustained damage protected by the side of Team Peanut Butters. But then again, in terms of the gold lead, now Team Impunity has the upper advantage.
That is so true. And I want to give you shout outs to Coach Rokcha Kokleng from Impunity. Because if you will notice, we have 2 Sheros in here on the side of Impunity, the jungler as well as the Clash laners. So we will call from now on the Kaiser Lin Feng. He is a jungler, but meantime, look at the Dharma once more going for a kill.
That was a flawless execution coming from the side of Team Impunity. Without any hesitation, was able to secure that kill. But then again, we are now seeing here the power spike coming from the side of Team Impunity, trying to invade the enemy jungle here from the side of Team Peanut Butter. That would be another 1-man down from the side of Team Peanut Butter. Will be a double kill for the side of Team, but they will be able to secure that Tyrant. So now they have that upper advantage when it comes to damage output.
And we're seeing in here actually Shaolin having a good time right now in the bottom lane part of the map. Look at
Oh,
this
will this be
one.
a secure kill?
Oh
No!
no! I don't know why he
No!
stayed. He knows that actually Shaolin is already so online, dishing a lot of damage from his bullets.
I think he
And look at
already
his
gave in.
5 Oh yeah, probably. But oh, not even done because more kills going to Shaolin onto the farm laner from the side of Impunity.
It's not looking good for the side of Team Peanut Butters. We are seeing here a 1v1 situation coming from the side of Havens. Wanted to secure that kill. Oh! All of the minion turrets here coming from the bottom seed are now eliminated under the 10-minute
Wow.
mark. So this will be another
Whew.
statement that maybe Team Impunity is trying to catch up into the time coming from the side of Team MSG from yesterday's battle. So let's see if they can still make it before the 10-minute marker. But here we go, tower diving,
Look,
chill.
oh
Will
my.
it be another damage outpost? But they will be able to secure and inhibit the turret. Oh no, they're
I
now
mean,
in the high grounds. Oh no.
I mean, there's a lot of objectives being given to Shaolin, our Lady Sun right now. Tower takes, kills as well. I mean, this is gonna go all out. Look at the gold read right now. It's going massive in favor of Impunity. And now Peanut Butter is just left to be on base. Super Minion's gonna go up soon onto the bottom lane part of the map. But meantime, will actually take a tower down. But this is a very dangerous position
Whoop.
for the Charlotte at the
Whoop.
moment.
They're driving in inside of the animated turret. Look at Impunity. They don't care if there is an inverted turret. Just go in, and of course, if there's an opportunity to get those jungle, they get the jungle. And but right now, in the top side of the map, the Charlotte is in very crucial situation, securing
no.
that rampage. And once again, Impunity having that
What
tower
is
spike.
happening?
Oh no, what is happening indeed, Keizaya? As we are now seeing here, the team fight, possible team fight coming from the side of Team Peanut Butters. Oh, but then again, it's disaster. It's disaster for Team Peanut Butters.
They're actually doing even better right now in terms of the time. I mean, they're trying to chase, and again, you're giving so much space for the Shaolin. The rolls here and there. They're trying to go for his enemy, and finally a shot down.
Then there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a possible win for the side of Team Peanut Butters, as the Charlotte will be securing a double kill there. That was a too greedy attempt coming from the side of Team Impunity. They prolonged their staying, wherein they gave Peanut Butters an opportunity to secure a kill. But here, with the crowd control capabilities being set by Team Peanut Butters. But again, the damage output, and that will be a wipeout
Oh my
for the side of
goodness.
Team Peanut Butters. And game number 2 will be have Team Impunity with a 2-0 sweep.
My head is aching. My head is aching up
Same.
against this Impunity. It is just 8-minute game time. I'm not sure, but so far this is so fast for a game to be finished. Congratulations to Team Impunity for winning that matchup against Peanut Butter. What a really clean, squeaky, clean sweep. That's how we want our laundry to be squeaky clean, and that's just how Impunity did it up against Peanut Butter. My oh my.
Well, as they say it, but if there's stain of peanut butter on your t-shirt, just use Impunity to remove that peanut butter stain on your shirt. But kidding aside, everyone, right now, congratulations once again coming from the side of Team Impunity. Actually, if our camera was on during that exact same scenario, I was like holding my head, stressing out on that clean sweep, and of course that clean wipe out coming from the side of Team Impunity. It was like a so chaotic battle coming from the side of Team Peanut Butters. It was like there was no coordination left coming from their side of the team, and they lost. It somehow lost. It's just like you're throwing everything that you can, but then again you're throwing at the wrong direction. So now Team Peanut Butters in the standing of 415k kill score. I have no words to say, but unfortunately, this time around, It's going to be going to the side of Team Impunity, and right now we are seeing the gold standard from their side of the team.
I mean, they very much deserve this win. It was so clean that Shaolin actually, their farm laner in here, Lady Sun, getting that really Nice KDA, 507. He got a lot of tower takes, he got a lot of kills, and I think that is a good support that Ming has provided to for the Lady Sun. And again, I think in terms of their composition too, it really paid off. I mean, the Kaiser early game time, even without the ultimate, even without the Invincible Warrior ultimate, he definitely can go for some ganks in place just by dishing off the slows up against the opponent and regenerating some HP. Meanwhile, Charlotte just really have to wait just a little bit until he gets his ultimate to make some plays and some assistance up for his teammate. But that was again really smooth for the play of Impunity. But there's still chance again for Peanut Butter because we have a lot of series for tonight. Even though you see some sun out of my window in here. So yeah, Impunity, or rather Peanut Butter, will still have some games later on. But up next will be Impunity versus Team X. So for the meantime, we're gonna be heading on to a quick break. We're your shoutcasters. I'm Kaysai. With me is Mischievous. We'll be back.
New to Honor of Kings? Worry not. Watch this tutorial to learn how to be victorious in Heroes Gorge. Let's review the fundamentals of gameplay. There are 6 types of heroes in Honor of Kings, each suitable for various roles in a match. Tanks. These beefy heroes generally have more health, allowing them to take more damage in combat. Fighters. Capable of taking on enemy heroes one-on-one. Fighters can survive lengthy battles and single out an enemy to divide and conquer. Assassins. Assassins are best for the job of cleaning up the battlefield, combining high mobility and heavy burst damage. They're deadly to low health enemies. Mages. Typically capable of dealing significant burst and area damage, mages often have the role of crowd control in team fights, which allows their teammates to focus on dealing damage. Supports. These heroes' skills primarily protect the rest of the team, either as a source of various team buffs or by inflicting debuffs on enemies. During team fights, they can also serve as a shield by absorbing incoming damage for their teammates. Marksmen. These high damage, low defense heroes deliver powerful attacks at a distance from danger. In the mid and late game, their skills can deal explosive amounts of damage, making marksmen instrumental in winning a match. There are 3 routes, or lanes, through Heroes Gorge. Farm lane. The farm lane at the bottom of the map has minions that grant more gold. Clash lane. The clash lane at the top of the map has a teleportation port and minions that grant more EXP. Mid lane. The mid lane is the shortest path between the 2 team bases. The minion waves are also smaller than the other 2 lanes. Other important Heroes Gorge features include River. The river connects the mid lane with the farm and clash lanes. It's home to the Overlord and Tyrant, monsters that grant powerful buffs when defeated. Towers. Each lane has 3 towers. Base towers are near the team base's crystal. Inner towers are in the middle, and outer towers are at the river. When enemies are in range, the tower fires on them. Towers target one enemy at a time, dealing high damage once per second. The healing dew behind the outer tower can be consumed to restore some health and mana. Jungle. The jungle is a low visibility maze of overgrowth that hides buff-granting neutral monsters. Normal monsters include the Crimson Golem, the Tusked Boar, the Firebeat, the Azure Golem, the Lizard, and the Spike-tailed Beast. Epic monsters, Tyrant, and Shadow Tyrants. Defeat these epic monsters to gain the Tyrant Arrival or Shadow Tyrant's Arrival buff for your team. Prophet Overlord and Shadow Overlord. Defeat these epic monsters to gain their corresponding minion wave bonus. Tempest Dragon. Defeat this epic monster to gain its Thunder Shield buff and a percentage true damage lightning buff. Defeating enemy heroes, clearing minion waves, and grabbing jungle resources will help you buy your hero better equipment, allowing you to take down towers more quickly. Victory is yours when you destroy the enemy team's crystal. Tips. Using the last hit tower kill button allows for easier targeting of enemies, resulting in fewer missed last hit opportunities. Adjusting your field of view in the settings allows you to see more of the battlefield. The Show Skill Cast Target's avatar setting can be accessed by selecting the hero's avatar. The feature helps you target your skills at the right enemy during team fights. It's a good idea to target the enemy with the lowest health.
And we are back in here at the Kings of Underground Asia Season 1 Group Stage. Grippy, I'm Kaysaya, with me is Mischievous, and we are ready for the Season 3 of this event. Mischievous, what do you think about the upcoming match between Team X versus Impunity?
Well, it's very exciting. It's way beyond heat that we are experiencing here in the Philippines. It's going to be another hot battle as Team Impunity will be facing up with the one of the most top tier teams here in the Philippines, which is Team X. So very excited on what's going to be the outcome. Again, we've seen the playstyle of Team X early on our first series, and right now, if we're going to compare it coming from the previous recently concluded match coming from Team Impunity, it's going to be like a battle of the titans, as we say it
Yeah.
here in the region. But then again, I'm very excited on what's going to be the outcome.
Same. I mean, they're the two teams who actually got the 2-0 score win up against their opponents from match 1 and match 2, and now they're meeting up on this match 3. I think this is a good opportunity for both of us as well to be actually seeing and casting this match that is up against between Team X from the Philippines and Impunity from Myanmar. And yeah, I don't know what to expect on this one, but probably there will be a lot of respects on the top picks of each of the teams from a while ago. I mean, it's actually, I think whatever draft you give on these two teams doesn't matter, to be honest. It's going to be up on their rotation later on from the early stages of the game up until the mid. And again, seems like it here. Team Impunity is making a statement. They can finish off the game just within 10 minutes game time. These are the ranked games that I want, Mischievous.
Well, right now, speaking of the 10-minute game time, that's actually the fastest possible that you can win in each game in this tournament. But then again, it's like starting to be a competition between Team MSG and of course Team Impunity right now, and of course Team X as well. So let's see on how fast can these teams can go when it comes to eliminating their players. But kidding aside, when it comes to their pickings right now, seeing from their draft earlier coming from these both sides, they are now focusing on damage potential, balancing it out with a clear tankiness, whichever hero that they choose from. But then again, when it comes to mechanical wise, I can see really much Team Impunity having the highest standard.
Wow, but of course, even though we're seeing that, I do believe that Team X from the Philippines in here will not let that pass, because they have yes, we do know that. I mean, Impunity got a lot of championship titles from a lot of recently held HOK tournaments, but I mean, Team X in here, actually former Final players, have actually participated in a lot of tournaments and have been screaming a lot and playing a lot in the Chinese counterpart of the game, of this Chinese server of the game. So this is going to be an exciting. I wonder if this is going to be the first 2-1 score. I don't know who's going to win though, but this is going to be very interesting. But I heard one, not to make an excuse, I heard that one member from the side of just before the stream starts, I was informed that one of the members on the side of Team X is actually not feeling so well. And if you're actually wondering, where is Cosmo University in this group B? Unfortunately, there is an emergency from their team, and thus they were immediately replaced by Team X. But less of that, more of this draft. Let's head on to the drafting phase between Team X versus Impunity.
And there we go, Team Impunity, number 1 ban, still 100% ban rate with Dahlia, as we are seeing. Well, favorably, Dahlia is not an exception when it comes to capabilities around the map. So, making it them Team Impunity, maybe we'll still see Dahlia when they have a chance to choose. But right now, it's going to be a ban for their side of the team. So, while looking forward to the bans here from the side of Team X, let's say, okay, they're making a statement. They watched the stream previously, so they know where the top tier heroes that Team Impunity may have to choose in this starting game?
I mean, Dolia, you haven't asked me what my main is in the game. It is actually Dolia. Okay, we can actually play. We can actually play a ranked game. Duo. Okay, you use the Huya, I use the Dolia. Okay, that's a good combination as well. But I cannot promise I always can protect you. Okay. But anyway, let us go back to the drafting phase. We're now seeing a Sunbin Prio pick in here onto the side of Team X. A while ago, we saw that Sunbin onto the hands of Impunity, and they did really great on actually capitalizing on the power of the Sunbin, creating that space and the gameplays a while ago from game one up against Team PeanutButter from Thailand. So this is looking good, but Impunity, again, they always love to prioritize clash laners. Tanky, I mean, a fighter balance between tankiness and the damage. Mayin and Ata will be here.
Oh, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Coming from the side of Team X, we are going to see the Lamb being one of the priority picks. Not the top pick, but the one of the top 3 priority picks from the side of the team. Despite, the capabilities of Ajax here, we saw how mechanical-wise he is good with Lamb. But right now, it's going to be a different story since they will be fighting Team Impunity. So again, from the statement that we made earlier, is going to be very interesting. Well, for the sign of Team Impunity here, we can see Reflect choosing choosing the hero that has the highest damage outburst, and of course, in a way that we can also say that keeps pushing when it comes to team fights initiation.
Yeah, but seeing 2 tanky heroes on the side of Impunity in here, I think Team X need to capitalizing on securing a really good damage dealer going up against these tanky heroes. Maybe a Marco Polo will also be good, but at the same time, he is anyway also very mobile. That is a good combination as well. Yesterday we saw the Changguan and Marco Polo in one team, and they dished a lot of damage. Again, for as long as though they will be given the opportunity to go online and get the 2 to 3 item in the early stages of the game. But so far, bans on the Dharma as well. They don't want to deal with that. The D-Range as well, which could be a good counter too for the Mayin as well as the Ata. But what do you think about these Arlie bans and Princess Frost bans from the side of Team X, Mischievous?
Well, seeing from the performance of Team Impunity early on, I think these 2 heroes can really much be suitable when it comes to early game aggression, since we were able to see multiple teams. Multiple engagement coming from these heroes. But okay, I'm seeing a Hauji there. Tonoshi, don't fail me.
Hang on, I was just talking about the Marco Polo a while ago, that this is the hero that Team X must secure. And I love what Impunity did on that one, because they took it away from Team X, because this Marco Polo is a good counter up against tanky heroes such as the Miyin and Ata as well. And they added a Zhang Fei, which adds more layer for protection for the Marco Polo. So this is looking good so far in terms of tankiness for the side of Impunity. So they are more prone to create more clashes and team fights, and they won't be having so much worries in the AoE damage that either the Sunbin or the Shangguan will create later on in team fights. But then again, it will boil down onto execution. If these heroes, tanky heroes from the side of Impunity, don't go online and get the farms that they need, then it will be useless anyway. They're just gonna be as squishy as a paper.
Yes, definitely. And seeing from the composition coming from the side of Team X, let's just say that, okay, when it comes to the early games minutes that we have, it's going to be a tough time for them, definitely there, since we are seeing an aggression play style rather, coming from the time of Team Impunity. And just like what you said, they will be capitalizing on that aggressive playstyle when it comes to maybe mid part of the game. But again, it's still an upper edge coming from the side of Team Impunity to play it on an early game basis. But right now, this is game number 1 of Team X versus Team Impunity. Let's see on who will have the game for this time around.
Oh, look at that. Ata actually just distracting AG6 in here out of the jungle camp. And actually, the Zhangfei also would love to join. Oh, some camps was stolen in here. I think that was a Lizard stolen by Shero. Actually, okay, not Shero, but rather Lin Feng, the jungler of Impunity. So there's some aggressive plays that we're seeing right now, Strivus.
Yes, we are definitely seeing aggressive plays, and that's what I'm saying about coming from the side of Team Impunity. They have the opportunity to play it aggressively, but again, Team X know the capability of Team Impunity that they are very much weak at the early stages of the game. So Team X is now taking the reverse card into Team Impunity and finding that right opportunity to really much engage as much as possible, and of course pushing them away coming from their own territory of the jungle. But here an engagement, we can see here Team X wanting to progress with the individual turret coming from the bottom lane, but again we can see here Impunity standing strong, just defending it.
Off camp, though, we can see a little bit of gold in here on the side of Team X, even though Impunity was able to steal some of the jungle camps of Team X. I think that is also primarily because of how Toshinu is dealing onto securing the mage minions on the bottom part of the map, and maybe the Firehawk as well. But top side,
Engagement here from the top side, 1v1 situation. Impunity is backing away. Damage output coming from Team X with Maggie. Very, very painful coming from the side, from their side of the team. Nope.
Again,
Will this be a tower dive? No.
Yeah, but still, though, that is stopping AGZX on wanting to get the farm that he needs. But still pretty much balanced out early game time. So much resources to create. I mean, the reverse sprites as well are very much useful in terms of securing some gold and experience as well. And I think they're doing a great job on that one. So, lovely rotation, though. Exchange of lanes between the Shangwon as well as the Lady Sun. I love the team coordination that they had in here on the side of Team X.
Well, speaking of team coordination, he's seeing here in your dreams, just hiding in the behind that bush here coming from the bottom lane. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with
Shangwon!
Ultimate with the first blood coming from the side of Team X will be getting
This
that
is
lead.
looking
That
lovely.
will be a 3-man down from the side of Team Impunity, and now Team X has the upper advantage.
Yeah, that is so true. And the kills are actually going on to the Shangwon as well as the Lady Sun. And this is an opportunity to actually take down the first tower of the game. And not only that, AGZ is already working towards stealing the jungle camps of Impunity. Really good start for the side of Team X.
Yes, and we're now seeing a really, really great potential coming from the side of Team X. But knowing Impunity, they'll learn from their mistakes, and of course, they will be recalibrating their strategies when it comes to those kinds of situations. At least they know that they're very much vulnerable, just like you said. Very squishy heroes coming from their composition, so they need to bounce back. And speaking of bouncing back, we are going to see here they will be taking one for the team for their first kill of this game.
Yes, and that is support without impressive, alright, just for a few seconds of the game, they won't be able to create some play. And they have to stop Impunity on actually capitalizing of that absence of the Sunbin from the game. Now Lin Feng already actually trying to go for steals in the jungle as well, trying to make a comeback. And actually having a head start on the Tyrant too.
Okay, we're seeing a possible team fight engagement here coming from the side of Team Impunity, who will be getting that Tyrant, and that will be for the side of Team Impunity. And the knock-up damage coming from the side of Team X, finding in Dragon very deep here, and there we go, will be falling down with the hands of Team Impunity. And other members coming from Team X just backing away, just really much progressing with the minion
they're
race.
catching up.
Yes, they're really much catching up as they really much trying to press forward here against Team X. Oh, they successfully defended their inverted turret here in the mid lane, and right now it will be a complete reset for both teams.
And that is so true, but do take note. I mean, they actually have catch up. Now it's just a 1k gold. A while ago it was 2k gold we were talking about in favor of Team X. They have lowered it down. Team Impunity lowered down to 1k, but hold the thought, 1v2 situation with the top side. Lamb will fall down.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed, as we are now seeing a possible another team fight engagement coming from the side of the bottom lane. Oh, Hero with a very low HP. Two members here coming from the side of Team X just barging in, wanting to make a statement na, oh, okay, you just stay there and back away, as those minion waves are really much pushing forward coming from the mid side. But speaking of which, we are now seeing a crowd control race here coming from the side of Team X. But then again, with the flash out, we are seeing a possible disengagement for the side of Team Impunity.
You know what? I have a feeling. This is now almost 6-minute game time, but Impunity seems like they're gonna have a hard time in ending this game just within 10-minute game time. We don't know yet, because usually around this time, like at least in the previous series, right? They usually would take down already the first and the second tower of the game and close to even finishing off the high ground. But this is a good challenge, challenger for them. Team X actually giving the challenge for up against Impunity.
I couldn't agree with you more, partner, as we are now seeing the challenge coming from the side of Team Impunity having a hard time. Oh, I thought it's going to be a set plays coming from the side of Team X, but rather it's going to be a great potential for the side of Team Impunity to really much challenge themselves to engage with them. But here, Team X just poking on with the damage, but not fully committing in terms of picking off one of the members coming from the side of Team Impunity. And right now, this will be the picking off coming from the side of Team X. One man down from the side of Team Impunity. They will be entering the jungle segment coming from the side of Team Impunity. Oh, with the knock-up damage again. Maggie just giving Olive what he's got, just creating space from the side of Team X.
That was a really good job coming from Yugi. Just as you said, creating that space, at least for Toshinu to create the damage that he very much needed. Shaolin was actually forced to actually use his fevered barrage to escape the death, but unfortunately with the ultimate shield coming up from Toshinu, that did not happen. And now the map control is onto the hands of Team X right now, taking off the mid lane tower of the game. Another crash happening right now in these previous.
And right now we can see that 2-man down from the side of Team Impunity, and we're now seeing Team Impunity is now having a hard time to recuperate coming from their losses, coming from their skirmishes. 1v1 situation against the Lamb. This will be a damage output coming from the side of Team X, but then again not enough to secure a kill. But Shiro with the tankiness will not be falling down this time around.
My oh mine here. Lots of things that can happen, but we cannot take away the fact that the lead right now is onto the hands of Team X. So was the map control. I mean, they've taken down the mid tower, while here on Team X, their mid tower is still and they don't want to give it away, but the Shangwon's actually trying to push with a Liang. Just so you know, they do know where they are.
Okay. But we here see Miggy just playing it, chilling at the back lane, just wanting to play that set. When it comes to finding one of the members coming from the side of the Team Impunity, they know they are now positioning themselves in this right side of part of the river. Once they get inside of this, it's going to be an ambush for their side of the team. As now Team X is trying to secure this Tyrant for themselves, and Team Impunity just didn't give enough space for the side of Team Impunity to really much at least reach that Tyrant then. But here, 1v1 situation coming from the blue side, blue buff jungle from the side of Team Impunity. Okay, that will be the ultimate coming from the side of Team X. Okay, disengagement for the meantime for Team X. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Miggy just diving on in, wanting to create space for their teammates just to back away. And that tankiness, oh my god, there's no damage output coming from the side of Team Impunity. And there we go, with the knock-up damage. Will this be a kill from the side of Team X? No! With the ultimate, Impunity was able to secure themselves another life. But there we go, and all of the resources from the side of Team X are now being used. But then again, leaving them all low, and all of the members coming from Team X are really much pushing in, and of course, securing those individual alternatives. But in the back lane, we're trying to see that Zero wanting to make a play, but then again, doesn't do so, as the damage output is not enough to secure a kill.
The pressure is already on up against Team Impunity in here, really onto the mid as well as in the bottom part of the map. Mayin a while ago was actually trying to counter map play to the top side part of the map, but he felt the needed to go back to the base. But to be honest, I think the Mayin could have just go at maybe another tower take on the top side, but yeah, it's easier said than done. He wants to make sure that he'll be there for his teammate to actually protect the base. Once the high ground tower is down, you do know that the super minion is gonna go up against the opponent lane, but so far looking good. Impunity in here, although at a disadvantage in terms of gold, trying to still create a team fight. Again, we do know that their lineup is for a team fight bases, and they want to create and open an opportunity to go up.
Biggie driving in. We're going to see here a knock-up damage, but then again, got stunned. Biggie will be has secured the pick-up, and there we go. Another kill from the side of Impunity. Diving in. Sorry. Jinx will be pushing in and wanting to kill some of the members from the side of Team Impunity, and was not able to do so. All of the members coming from the side of Impunity are still alive. But here, Miggy with a possible good set of plays, got stunned just in the nick of time from Impunity and was not been able to initiate. And now, Team X focusing on the Tyrant.
Easy Tyrant. Actually, this is the Shadow Tyrant even, so I'm gonna give more
another
props in
engagement
here.
here. Where Team X is now being engaging from Impunity, but then we go. Both the team members are changing exchange of kills. That will be a 1-for-1 trade-off for both sides of the team, but then again, it's not yet done. Team X trying to defend their middle turret despite that less than 15% HP. I'm not sure on not letting it go despite all of those skirmishes, but then again, a successful defense coming from the side of Team X. And now Team Impunity backing away. But then again, Team X, as you can see here, is still fighting on. They're not letting it go.
Maybe.
And still continues with the team fight and still getting that invade and of course securing that red buff.
Yes, definitely. Crimson Golem here will be taken, but the fight is still not yet done. Mischievous.
And now we can see here members coming from the side of Team Impunity really low, especially here with Hero. But then again, the team fight still keeps on going, coming from the side of Team X. Ultimate has been all going in, but that will be a kill from the side of Team Impunity. But with a crowd control perspective, Lamb will be getting a kill for their side of the team, but then again backs away, but then again falls down. But here Lamb secures a double kill, and of course for 3 members down from the side of Impunity to perform down. Will this be a game changer from the side of Team X as the minion waves march in
Oh
for the middle lane and of course from the top lane? Let's see, will this be a game ender from the side of Team X as they continue to progress forward to the high grounds? Oh no, they're still going in. They are not giving any breather coming from the side of Team Impunity. They are having a hard time. Oh no! But then again, they decided to back away. Yeah, they decided to suicide.
Definitely. There goes the cannon though, but they are not forcing it as the Death Tibers are already back, and the rest of the members of Team Impunity are all back alive. And as you can see in here, the moment that the Shaolin is actually down, the Marco Polo on the side of Impunity, they don't have any other source of damages. I mean, yes, they are very tanky, but Toshino is well kept all alive. And even if Toshino will be gone, the damage coming from AG6, the Lamb, as well as Dragon, the Shangguan in here from the side of Team X, they're still gonna kill off how much all of the tanks in here on the side of Impunity, but hold the thought because look at this Miggy is becoming an annoyance.
Going in with the crowd control, then wants to initiate the team fight, but then again just giving space coming from the side of Team X, and of course this Overlord is free for the taking. But again, Team Impunity, will this be a steal as both mics are available for both sides of the team, and this will be Team Impunity was able to steal that Overlord, but now members coming from the side of Team Impunity running away and trying to escape. But then again, Lamb will be securing that kill. That will be a 1-for-1 trade-off. But then again, at what degree Shadow Vanguards are now being available. Let's see a double kill from the side of Lamb. That was a very crucial play. That should be a 3-for-2 trade-off. And right now, Team Impunity still has the Vanguards. But then again, Team X still needs to create that momentum.
Somehow, at least there is a breathing room for Team Impunity in here. Lan Feng, at least he was able to go for that steal. Sorry, Lin Feng was able to go for that steal. We're just gonna take a look a little bit onto the highlights of the game. And yes, I think there was like a miscalculation on what they're gonna do onto the Shadow Overlord. But at least it's a buy time. Looking at the live feed as of the moment though, you can see Team X though will not stop on actually going for the steals of the jungle. But again, the pressure is here. We can see all the Shadow Vanguards actually marching across all of the lanes in here. Team X, although they are on a lead, they can't make this wrong. They have to keep Toshino all alive because he's gonna be all the carry of the game. But what they can do in here is to make sure that Shaolin will be shut down in here as soon as possible to not give them the head.
Well, speaking of a headache, right now, Team X versus Team Impunity. Team Impunity is having a hard one for them. But there we go, Migi just going in with the knockoff damage. Will this be able to secure an equivalent kill for their cyber team? No, as Team Impunity, all members are still alive thanks to all of the background support that is backing up each other. So right now, it's going to be a disengagement for both sides of the team. Oh, Shayo just showing his TP there.
The flank coming from Yin in here, we've been seeing that quite a lot of time, but he's not able to get the opportunity. Impressive is just really good job in protecting Toshino in here, the lady's son. But this is not going to be tricky. You use your skills onto the Shadow Tyrant. Of course, you waste that. You waste the cooldown. Likewise, you get some damage up against that. But I think they're just resetting it as well. Just waiting for the misplays, whichever team will start that.
Well, taking into consideration that right now Team X is really much moving in. Oh, a misplay, I think, with the side of Migi. But then again, who will be the first to fall down? All team members again, for both sides of them, are still alive, despite all of the resources are now being used. But Lamb will secure that kill, and this will be a 1v3 situation.
Oh no,
but then
no
again,
Marco
two
Polo
members
now.
down from the side of Team Impunity. Oh no, all of the tanky heroes are tanking it. But then again, will this be enough for their survivability? And that will get Tina down, 4-man down, and godlike from the side of AGZ. Oh no, not looking good for the side of Team Impunity.
Oh no.
This can be a possible ender as
Your
for
dream?
the last member here is alive. But all of the members come
But the
from Team
base!
X.
Look at the base!
The base is now
Let's
being
go
taken
there!
down by
The
Team
crystal!
X. Oh.
And this is it! The first loss of Team Impunity. One of the teams that actually we have been waiting in here, now taken down by Team X. And as we can see in the live chat, we see Josh Glory actually saying 10 minutes of Impunity gone wrong. And it's now nada. But still a really great match that we've seen for our first game for the series, Mischievous.
Definitely. Actually, I was actually deep at the back of my mind rooting for Team Impunity there, but then again, Team X was able to surpass all of our expectations coming from their cyber team. And believe me not, I was actually mind blown coming from the execution coming from the side of Team X. As we saw earlier, you said a while ago, Marco Polo, yes, high damage dealer, and of course all of the sustain. But then again, the tactic maybe here for Team X is like they need to really much target that Marco Polo and knowing its
Yes,
squish
they do
capability,
that.
squishiness, and it's game over from the side of Team Impunity. But this is game
Yeah.
number one for Team X, a win for them.
Yeah, they did that so well. A while ago, we were just talking. Okay, there's a lot of tank protection on
Mhm.
around this Marco Polo, but they did a great job. I mean, Dragon really aggressive plays in here. Although he didn't get a lot of kills, I mean, the damage that he is dishing out in terms of taking down the health bar of Marco Polo in here really helped out, and that just giving away that opportunity for Toshino to clear of that kill. And I think again, impressive in here, really impressive on his pace creation.
Mhm.
I mean, the pokes that he's dishing away up against these tanky heroes, just removing all their HP bars in there. Likewise, Migi. I mean, it doesn't matter if his health bar goes into half for as long as
He
he
jumps
creates
just
the
in.
space. Right. He jumps in and it doesn't matter. And I think gotta commend how AGX is actually going for. Most of the time, we will see him go for the cross map play into making sure that the waves go through up against Team Impunity. So really nice game that we see in here. And I guess this is a good, really great contender play coming from the side of Team X up against Team
Mhm.
Impunity.
Actually, maybe a Team Impunity may be shocked coming from the results. Maybe they were really much, didn't expect the capabilities coming from the side of Team X, because all of us were shocked at first in this match, because that was the first lose of Team Impunity
Yeah.
for this day. But then again, this is Team X we're talking about. So they are having the highest standards in terms of mechanical gameplay. And of course, though we had some certain doubts in terms of the drafting phase earlier, but they prove a statement that the casters are proving them wrong. So they literally prove us wrong coming from their composition.
That is so true, and like the talkabouts about like Impunity being the only team that has beaten BSE, and coming from the knowledge from the players from Team X as well, their target team to defeat actually across these Asian teams is BSE, and knowing that Impunity who beat BSE before, I mean, this is a good bragging rights right now for Team X to actually take down BSE. So really interesting. Again, there's still hope for Team Impunity for the best of 3 match. Again, that was just game 1. Who knows? Impunity is just trying to know what can do from game 1, but I think what works so well from that game 1 is that how Team X respected the Sunbeam support of Impunity, because they're really so well and actually making use of that. So, and at the same time, I think Dragon really so well on the Shang, creating aggressive plays to take down the HP bars of whoever he actually sees in the map.
Definitely, Kaysaya, and of course, it's a wide opener coming from the side of Team Impunity right now. So maybe we can also say that Team Impunity was also sense checking on what is the capability of Team X right now, and they have already gathered the data. They were able to experience the playstyle of Team X. So maybe we're going to see a different approach on how Team Impunity usually plays when it comes to these kinds of tournaments. So very much excited on what's going to be the counter initiative, because again, all points matter here in our tournament.
Yes.
And of course, taking into consideration their Team X is already in match point. So if Team X beats with a 2-0 sweep against Impunity, that is a clear statement and bragging rights, just like you said, Kaysaya, for the team.
Yes, that's so true. And we got to clarify in here because I think Team Impunity in here has been playing on a different server. So just to clarify again, the correct IG names players for the Clash Lane have X Theory. I've been calling him Zero or something. And then jungle is Lin Feng, is Shaolin. The farm laner is Up. Support is Megumi. I'm pretty give that clarification to our video. Those who are actually have been following them in the scene, in the Honor of King scene. So we're done with game. Not could be, of course, match point for Team X. We'll have to see though if there will be a reverse sweep coming from Team Impunity, but we don't know yet. I think though, again, like we say a while ago, no matter what, they will about the execution for these 2 really great teams that we're seeing for this series with us.
Yes, definitely there, Kaysaya. And of course, we've been tackling about in terms of execution, since all of the heroes has its unique capabilities when it comes to team fights, securing objectives, or maybe just standing alone to secure a pick off when it comes to side lane pushes. But taking into consideration that whatever hero pool or what hero lineup that both teams have, it really much boils down on how they'll be able to execute it to the point that they make miracle plays in order for them to stand out, and of course, gaining that